we are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as...
Derek Marsh.
We have Kronos as...
RG Alira.
We have Hatten as...
Tilde.
We have Marcus as...
Corvus Arglas.
We have Sammy as...
Gifton Greysteel.
We have Tobias as...
SB PS Stillshot.
You have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who'd like to give the recap? No volunteers. Okay.
Guys, want me to do it again?
If you want to do it, or I can do it.
Please.
Okay.
Okay. I may not have all the details.
Well, you should have all the details. So if you can't...
I can't, then.
All right. Last time on Survivors of Tarnstead, the group was in their post morning of heart count and co being sad about the Luthers and all that and the ascension of death and all that. We were beginning the session dealing with the fact that we were separated. Corvus had decided to go back to our tower, which is apparently Gifton's tower, that she's living in with her family. Went there and decided to grab a room and to go sleep by himself, while the rest of the party stayed in a cuddle pile with a magical dome put over them by the people of Fermir. Corvus awoke to find somebody holding a weapon and looking very surprised at him as he suddenly acted like he knew he was there. The person fled before Corvus would do anything. Meanwhile, back at the rest of the party, a scream woke the rest of the party up sometime later, because we have to timey-wimey this a bit, because we slept apparently for a full rest.
Yes.
But Corvus got interrupted during the full rest. The party woke up because Lucifer killed a man who tried to throw a grenade or something at us. We discussed briefly the implications of the Sphinx Initiative person doing that, questioned where people were, why weren't they there. Meanwhile, timey-wimey, Corvus immediately called Raziel when he was woken up. Unfortunately, Corvus had already dispelled magic when he called Raziel to help him look for traces of magic that might have been used by the Sphinx Initiative guy. The two of them found nothing, but they tried to lay a trap, with Corvus deciding to pretend to be asleep, but not actually sleeping for the rest of his rest period. But he did get a short rest as a result of a card. Nothing happened with them, but they were alerted to danger with the rest of the party and ended up rejoining us. We sat there talking about things weren't safe and we should do things, whatever. Gifton said she was going to take the civilian members of the party back to the box and Traveler and get them put away to safety, because she was worried about having them out in the open with people throwing grenades. She said, let me take one other person with me, in not so many words. We had a Rochambeau of RG and Cassie. RG went with Gifton. When we got there were 3 Sphinx Initiative people hiding next to Traveler. RG got ready to triple spin kick, shut some bastards down. Gifton immediately called for Hea because she wasn't going to risk her family. Hea grabbed 2 of them, 1 escaped. The 2 were briefly interrogated. They are Stephen Keller. They both. One of them was 187599. The other one bit something in their mouth and their head internally exploded, killing them. We discussed things a little bit with that guy. Found out some information about how his loved ones are apparently being kept in existence by some weird bubble stabilization by the Sphinx Initiative as long as he complies. But he's really worried about things, and he said that we're going to ruin the world and all this. And he was as helpful as he could be about the fact that there was a group of Sphinx Initiative people working counter to the ones that are talking with Talon, that are trying to destabilize things so they can take more rash measures. Gifton fake shot the guy and said that, hey, if you see us again, try to get put down by me or RG, so that way you might live. We sent him back, hopefully under the ruse that this will all work. The group reconvened. There was already talks going with doing a speak with dead on the previous body. Corvus asked some questions. Then we showed back up, said, oh, hey, yeah, there was like another dead body. We ended up collecting that body with Raziel and James, who were previously on protect Corvus duty after the wake up, you dumb angel kind of yelling. We went into we also pulled off a bunch of devices off of Traveler and sent it into the Feywild with all the family, because the devices were basically making it so that they could move Traveler, and that wasn't going to be okay. But we told Traveler to go hide in the Feywild, and we left a Gifton's radio with Care, because Traveler seems to be able to patch people through despite different planes with the radios, so we just sent one with him. But we met back up. We talked to Valda and Corvus, and they were playing around with moving one heart from one body to the other body. They did another thing to make the body talk some. So we're going to talk more truthfully. We talked about the things that we knew from the other guy. And then Valda was like, hey, we should just go outside and just go res this, because we have a heart and a thing, and this body is just, whatever. And so we grabbed the body, ran outside, and we were like, well, we can forcibly, what was it? We were going to mind control the person or do something like that, take their force of will away, and or torture them and do things. I totally agreed to it, thinking it wasn't going to work. Because I thought this was the guy that bit the thing and exploded his brain, so I figured he'd be he probably wouldn't accept the res. But I'm actually not sure which body we took outside, because we were only messing around with the body that we put the heart into. So I don't know if we took that body outside or the body with the head exploded thing. But whoever it was, we res them, and that's where we ended the session.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we took the one that did not have a liquefied brain out there.
I think so, and that's actually a problem, because that one had a burnt out soul.
All right, go ahead and take yourself a heroic card.
I take it.
You take it. You taste it. Okay. We will pick up directly where we left off. The eyes of Keller open up. They flitter back and forth, looking at all of you for a moment before they slowly sit up.
I am going to move very quickly over to them, because I wasn't really expecting this to work. But I can't remember if we left the wrist pad on him, but I really
I'm going to
it's
assume that you guys likely stripped the bodies. I think that's a fair logical...
Strip the corpses.
Okay, because I knew we put it on it when we
Frank,
were
if you hadn't, one of the Vermirians would have, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna kind of gotta rush over to them and okay, now slow down.
Fowler is already raising a hand towards the person. All of you can see this. She's not being like subtle about it. James, notably, just as surprised as you, Gifton, looks a little more on edge himself. He's you've seen him poised as if he's ready to move. And Stephen Keller just looks up at you and just puts his hands up and goes, "Not a threat here."
All right. You are Stephen Keller, Blue Lagoon?
Blue Lagoon. Cute. Yes, I'm Stephen Keller, one of.
All right.
I take it you've already met some of me.
Yeah, so what were you doing with the beepy thing?
The beep beep thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can safely surmise what he was going to do with that.
Yeah, the grenade.
Do you mind if I stand?
Go ahead.
He's going to slowly stand up and sort of, he's just brushing sand off of himself and goes, "Not my assignment."
And what was the assignment that you had given to you?
I was to target some kids, and I refused.
What kids?
Mine. I
Yeah.
would guess.
So,
Well, yours and some of his, basically get the goddess of this land a little riled up. Not just yours, in general, you know.
but
If you
someone else is
refuse-
likely to take that mission.
I don't know. After me, they might have stopped pushing, or they might have asked a couple of others, but I don't care what differences there are. That seems a bit much for any of me.
If you refused, why were you here?
I
Give him a
wasn't.
different mission,
Where
obviously.
is here, by the way?
What do you remember last?
I remember a gun pointed at me and, well, disintegration. That part I kind of assume, but, you know.
Who's
I'm
gun?
going to go out on a limb here. But considering that there are multiple versions of you and you were disintegrated, your soul was not destroyed. This was just an empty vessel for you to return to.
Oh, so this isn't that Stephen Keller. This is a different Stephen Keller.
It's neither of them.
It's neither of them. This is someone completely different.
This is the fourth Stephen Keller.
Neat, huh?
Wow.
Confusing.
Annoying
for,
and confusing.
Frustrating.
I want there to be more of me. How do we make that?
No.
No.
Oh,
How long will this
that was
last?
hurtful how many no's came up so quick. I'm just gonna put that out there.
How long will this
How long
last?
will
Fowler sort of looks over at Dudley and goes, "Oh, for the rest of his mortal life."
Yeah, he survived. They've done the magic to make him
Excellent.
up again.
Well, welcome back. Thank you for not accepting that mission.
As one of
Wait.
you,
Who was pointing the gun at you?
security officer.
Do you know their name?
Oh, on your boat. You were up on your boat?
Don't know the name. He points at you, Today, and he points at you, Griffin, and goes, "Then bolt, sure."
Is the
Yeah,
one that is
The boat
in
that travels the
orbit?
black, where the stars sleep.
A starship.
Starship.
The boat.
Yeah.
Space boat.
Oh, that idea.
So, are we, good?
Copacetic.
I suppose the
Wary,
question
but-
is what you wish to do now.
Yes.
I think you should stay with us.
I mean, if you return to them, they're just going to kill you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Do you have people held in stasis?
No, no.
So you're one of the Stephen Kellers that doesn't have a family.
I don't have a family, no.
Oh, you have like a little puppy?
No puppy.
Oh.
You
Quick,
wanna...
Carrick, give him something from your menagerie.
You're, Gift and Grace still, right?
Yeah.
Salvation of, the damned, all that nonsense.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Friend of Turiel,
Yes,
Yeah.
this sounds accurate.
he who wept for Lucifer. Yeah, you're friendly, like.
What do you mean? What?
Tell that you have more
Pardon?
valuable stuff
Lucifer
down.
actually pipes up.
Remember, they're pulling them from infinite timelines. There are
Oh.
going to be many.
Oh,
differences.
hail the overlord of the underworld. He sort of waves at Lucifer. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but
Oh, he'd look damn sexy in black leather.
Let's not confuse what.
Lucy,
reality
let me
that
make
we
you an
are in.
outfit later.
let's
I wanna try things.
Back-
let's
back on
confront the
topic.
fact that you're a nice person and you don't judge.
Much. I do judge some.
You're like this. He points at you, Corvus, and gives you a smile, blinks, and he has black eyes.
Okay.
So you've got the same hat thing going on?
Do all of us see that, or just him?
You will see it.
Just Corvus. Okay.
I can do this too.
Uh.
I'm gonna blink and I have green eyes.
Ah, cute. Not like his, but visual
Yeah.
effects.
To explain what that is.
I'm what you'd call a demon.
So not my.
just-
Oh wait, so you're a demon, which means then you're not resurrected. That's weird.
You did
'Cause
open up
Turiel-
a nice little pathway for me, though.
Turiel did do that. So are you even Steven then?
I'm Stephen. So,
Are you
my
I
little
mean, you're
history.
in Steven, but are you Steven?
I'm Stephen. My own
You're
personal
Stephen,
history. Did some not so great stuff. Made some bad deals. Ended up damned. Possessed a mortal. Found my way to a Sphinx temple. In my current day, a little harder to find. Wanted to save myself, Lo and behold, I go through there and I find myself in the hand of these, frankly, whack jobs.
The Sphinx initiatives.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Hmm?
That they made us take shots when we came through to their time. Were those necessary? They stabbed us with needles.
Not that I've heard of. We certainly didn't
Okay,
take anything.
They said that they had to stabilize us, or else we would fray and come apart or something.
Yeah, that sounds like bollocks to me.
Uh-oh.
As a demon may not also be affected by it. Either we.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but-
I was
but they
given
might
a
have
mortal
been around
body
other
to inhabit,
Stevens.
so you'd think that would,
Well, also you were around other Stevens, right? They
Yeah.
might have talked about it.
Or they may not care.
You got
Stevens,
my,
Stevens.
got my
Right
wrist
now,
pad?
we're not willing-
We have a
we're not
wrist
willing to give
pad.
them benefit of the doubt.
I could check you out if you wanted.
I think
No. We don't need more people doing that.
I think that would be strategically unwise.
I can't trust one of the infernal, right?
No, not that. I can't trust the Steven.
Oh, also true.
They work for the initiative.
No, it's we don't know how that thing works, and we have no way to stop it if you decided to do something. It's unknown powers
Oh.
to us.
I could teach you.
Oh, who wants to learn? I can't be in the room when it happens.
Doesn't that still require you having the thing to teach people?
I could look over your shoulder.
Well, no, we can't use it without you touching it, though.
Are they biometrically locked?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I guess whatever that word meant that
Whatever
you
that word
said.
you said.
It has to touch your skin, or it
Don't
doesn't work.
activated when it was on.
We
a
were talking about
Steven's
making a
flesh.
glove of some
ooh,
variety.
Skin.
gruesome. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're willing to donate a new arm, I'll give you mine.
We have a spare.
Oh, you got another body?
Yeah.
Oh, grand then. You just make sure it's got to be alive.
No, it worked when it was dead.
You sure it's dead?
The
Brain
brain
not dead.
exploded.
Considering that its head turned to jelly, yes.
The brain leaked out. Although that was dead, right? You know, dead.
Cranial rupture is most definitely dead.
Yeah.
Also, it's missing a heart at this point. Can't overlook that part.
Yeah, it's kind of missing two important parts.
Yeah. Also, we did cut the heart out of it, so yeah. Are Stevens more resilient than that?
Well, I'm
Have extra.
pretty dang resilient.
Oh,
Can you
we should
survive
go
your
check.
brain being
We should go
liquefied?
check on the other Steven.
Can you survive your brain being liquefied or your heart being removed?
Yes.
I mean, demon.
You're a demon.
Yeah.
Of course they can. I will go check the other body.
rude.
You continue to talk to this Steven.
What?
I haven't had
heard that
many
is torture.
interactions
Did
with
anyone else?
demons.
Out of character.
What?
But
Did I heard Corvus say torture, not talk. Am I happening?
I am going to go check on the other body. You all talk to this Steven.
Okay, it's talk. It's talk. Okay. I heard torture. I heard torture the Steven.
I think.
I
you're gonna
mean,
look at
it's
that.
also Corvus, so
You're just reading between the lines.
yes. You saw Corvus talking, he heard a T
So-
word.
Who I got a bribe to walk free from here?
How much can you bribe me?
No.
Not much, really. I don't know. I'd wander about a bit, make sure I lay low until all of this blows over, whichever way it goes. Basically, until they're gone. And then find some
Well-
occultists, try and figure this all out.
It would be preferable, I think, for you to not immediately go into danger. So why don't you hunker with us for a while once this blows over? I don't care if you wander off into the sunset and do what you want.
It's two contrary statements you just made there.
What?
Don't go into danger, hunker down with you guys.
I mean,
I'm not
point of fact.
Well, I meant hunker down, and I'm gonna motion maybe here with the Framirians.
So as a demon, I have some slight hang-ups about, the ultra occultists.
The what?
People who could know binding spells, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm fairly certain if you ask them, they won't do it to you just out of hand. And I'll be honest, out of the two sides, I'm pretty sure if the others win, they're gonna find you anyways and get rid of you then.
All right.
So
Uh,
I think giving us an assist in any way you can is the best bet for your continued survival.
you in charge, lady? And Fowler blinks a little bit at being called that and just goes, yes,
Lane?
Yes, eyes dim. And she goes, yes, I'm in charge here, I suppose. And he goes, all right then. I stick around, but you promise not to try and bind me. Unless I act out or something like that. We can figure out
Unless you,
we can figure out the
unless-
details.
unless you actually try to hurt somebody here without justifiable cause.
Yeah.
And justifiable cause would be harm towards you or control of you.
Exactly. General non-aggression pact.
General non-aggression pact. I'll offer a hand.
You gotta put
He spits on his hand. There is a mild sizzle. And
Gibson's eyes are gonna glow a little more green intently.
ooh,
A pact.
fey binding as well. Okay. You agree to her being the arbitrator of this? He looks at Valda, and Valda looks to you, Gifton. Very well.
This
Right.
is my second pact today.
Well, you are of your kin, aren't you? Alright, he'll take your hand. Give it a shake.
Give it a shake. Oh, I don't like how that feels when I do that.
Spicy.
Yeah. Oof.
Mint.
It was a demon this time. Ooh, I'm gonna have to tell people about this.
Raziel is looking at this man with somewhat narrowed eyes. So, how can I help you find folks, fuck over the people that fucked me?
All right, so the boat.
Space Starship.
Yes.
She's not gonna stop calling it a boat.
Okay. Alright, the good
But
ship
what-
Lollipop, yes.
Is that what it's called?
It's not, but we're giving it random names, so I'm taking part.
Okay, so
That's fair.
your starship.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me an song.
I don't understand what the difference between ship and boat are, that it makes a difference, but okay, but your starship, because it matters to you. I guess it's like airship but it's up higher. Um,
A bit higher.
how likely would it be that a group of ragtag idiots could get up there and wrest control of it? How many people are up there?
Well, without the Kellers on board, it's only a small crew, 5.
All right, how many Kellers are on board, do you think?
With the Kellers, I think there's probably 10, 20 of us on board at any one time.
Okay. Is the ship bio
Bio.
skin locked?
No. The ship actually operates on minimal database entries, you could say. If you're on board, you're supposed to be there, and they don't want it to be seized and searched for information, so the ship keeps very few records of its crew.
Okay.
And thus no
So-
biometrics.
How do they get to the people who are being held in the stasis bubbles from their reality? Is that here or is that in the future?
That is on board the ship. Well, technically not on board the ship. There's a link up.
Relay?
Yes, relay. We'll call it a relay. The stasis bubble is actually being held by a facility in the future, but they have a direct link up to get access to them.
Okay. So,
Think of it like a little mini Sphinx tunnel.
well,
They have
but our magic doesn't work up there because Morgani doesn't make magic go high enough.
I mean, technically, the magic is up there. There's magic everywhere. It's a universal law. But she simply tweaks it so it's incompatible with what you do.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So we would need her buy-in to assist.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, if the magic goes everywhere, does the Feywild go everywhere? Could we Feywild our way up onto the starship?
There's not much in the way of life up there, plant life, or that
Oh,
very
yeah.
wild needs nature, and unfortunately, I don't think you've colonised the moon yet, have you?
We've kind of seen Faye when I guess there's twisted nature, not no nature.
Trying to fight off the urge to go, not that we know of. Let's check.
Hmm.
How many wristpads you got at this point?
2.
You need a few more, but I could show you how to get them to respond to you without, having to wear a glove made of me.
probably ain't a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. I think I could borrow Oberon's ladder. We could go all the way up. I'm sorry. I'm doing the thought
Face
process
palm.
of how the world works is very different from what actually works.
Even though it doesn't help anything, rubbing temples.
RG's just gonna go, you'll laugh, but knowing our luck, that's gonna be the thing.
Well, so you could try getting up there using magic with Morgani's blessing and all that, but
She doesn't like us very much.
well,
At all.
and the ship shields are guarded against such things as a precaution.
They have shields?
Yes,
Interesting, that's like what Traveler put up.
yes,
Oh, the weird magic bubble. Okay, that.
yeah, just not
I
magic.
I was thinking like Gifton's motioning
Metal
like
plate?
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, how? Why would you? Put
You've seen
that
a
on
mage
the
cast
ship?
Wall of Force or something like that, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Think
I
about
just
like that, but no magic.
Oh, if that's around, there's no way we're getting up there.
There is though.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, these wristpads, if you try to use the transporter, you'll probably be picked up by the buffer and just held in stasis until they're ready to deal with you. However, short range transport is something that they can do without going through the buffer, You just need to be close to the ship, and these are already attuned to go through the ship's shields. But then again, that brings you back to have to get near the ship in the first place.
Yeah. Which,
We're working
Yeah.
on that.
well, we weren't working on it directly, but we have a different thing that we can do that will do that. Do we have a look over? Do we feel comfortable with letting him try to tutor us on the wrist pads?
Do we have an alternative?
I don't know, because I'm not sure how feasibly we can take that ship.
That's why I was asking if we had an alternative, because if we don't have an alternative, then kind of being comfortable is a moot point, isn't it?
You could forcibly try and bring the shields down.
With disintegrate spells, like a wall of force, right?
I mean, yeah, they'll certainly have an impact. It'll withstand them pretty well, but it can't withstand them forever. Enough magical might, and they'll crumple as if they were being hit by, any other weaponry from my time. Magic is something that can be dealt with, but it's not inconsequential.
I'm apologetic on this, but the point I'm trying to get to and ask the party about is the idea would be is if we go take that ship, we're doing it to hopefully free the Stevens from control and help their loved ones / family members or whatever in stasis. I don't know if it has anything to do with anything else that we're doing, but it would be a kind thing that we do, but it's also a very huge risk. Because we know if they get a hold of Corvus or myself, they've got things.
Do you know how many of the Stevens have this thing over their head?
What, like how many of us were recruited?
No, the
the families and such.
The families, yes.
Don't know. Didn't really talk to the rest.
If it was a handful, I would say it's not worth the risk.
There's like, 15, 20 Stevens up there?
I mean, that's how many they have up there.
That's how many they have.
I think there's about 30 of us total. But that's just my own guess. I don't know if they pulled in more. Don't know, if they'd already sent some ahead.
So we're going to do something with at least 30 then.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can get all of them here. And
I know at least 5 are dead.
Oh.
So at least 25.
Is that because some also said no?
No.
Let's just say
2.
that. Oh, you killed 2. Then there's at least 6 dead.
Right, I gotta check that body that you talked about is not dead or may not.
Oh, Steven's saying they killed some Stevens when they went out.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a little sort of wicked grin that crosses his face.
Vala, do you mind accompanying me on this?
Of course.
Thank you.
Right, Valda will head with you inside.
The other side of going up to the ship is how are they going to, if we take that ship, how are they going to play that against us?
Raziel actually pipes up with, well, technically it's not supposed to be there, right? The rest of the Sphinx Initiative isn't supposed to have any hand in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if they go calling foul on it, we just go, what ship? Where? What are you talking about? Where was it?
I'm sorry, these people were acting separate from you? Unrelated? No, I'm saying that's what we would say to the people.
She's saying we called them on their crap.
Also, you got a vested interest in securing that ship.
I mean, it is kind of in the way.
It's also got enough firepower to put down a god.
What?
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Do they know that for sure?
I mean,
You get enough timelines, yeah, probably.
it's been done in the past, so I'd assume so.
That was a central question, yes.
Who did they kill?
Oh, all on.
Bastards.
Yeah, but God of War kind of don't want that in a future stabilized society, right?
But conflict is useful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It just.
I mean, war is not the grandest, but it's just a way of getting change through.
Oh, don't worry, I'm on your side, sister.
Okay, brother.
He squints at you a little bit.
I'm sorry, are we not doing this?
Oh, sorry. That's informal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Congratulations, you gained a sibling.
Okay.
I was talking to him, but you too.
So he's very complicated. All right. Yeah. Having a look over at Lucy and Raz and kind of make a face and go, so on the scale of Lolin and Gifton, which side does it err on if I let him go show us how to use the little wristy pads?
If he tries anything, we should be able to deal with him.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's more on the Gifton side and less on the Lolin side.
Lucifer actually sort of leans into us right now and goes, I'm not sure which is the negative one here.
I don't know either.
Gifton comes in between the two of them.
And it doesn't tackle that point of what other choice do we really have on it.
I suppose
There's an option that'll save us a lot of problems.
or we do ignore it.
I mean, like I said, it's a choice of what we're doing with how we're taking risks, because if we go up there and mess about, right? Corvus and I are the targets. All they have to do is secure us, right? And then they can skedaddle or kill all of you or do whatever, and that's not good. We already know that Telde is missing out there somewhere. Well, sorry, Toral Day was out there missing somewhere, which hopefully, you know, I'm hoping Turiel finds you, but
You got your vessel.
we've got Traveler.
It could get you to the moon.
It's gonna smell so bad.
Fun?
It's made of cheese.
Wow. God, you people really were backwards, weren't you?
No, I'm front and back.
I'm pretty sure I'm facing this way.
The moon is made of rock.
Oh.
At this point, is this a known thing? Just a curiosity.
Not much is it.
Theorized, maybe?
Yeah, theorized. Not much is known beyond like just observing. Hey, it's a body up there.
Oh.
It sure is a thing in the sky.
We always thought it was a big piece of cheese.
I was hoping for we thought Oberon just put a wheel of cheese up there every night.
That kind of makes sense why it kind of glows a bit now, though, because I was wondering why cheese would glow.
Well,
My grandma used to say it was a plate.
I'm having your leg. It's actually cheese. Wensleydale, to be exact.
What? Wednesdaydale?
Wensleydale.
Wensleydale.
Oh, you don't have Wensleydale yet?
No.
Same.
What's it taste like?
Cheese.
Cheddar? Oh.
He's bullshitting, Carrick.
Just giving him a look. Right now.
He blows you a kiss.
So it's not made of rock.
No, tasty cheddar.
Okay. Good to know. Oh, okay. So you said we go up to the moon, but that wouldn't get us close enough to the ship, would it?
Oh, right, close. It's, they're hiding behind it.
They're hiding.
You are familiar with the concept of depth perception and so on, right? You know that there is a behind.
I understand there's behind, but I've never thought about there being something behind the moon.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Wait, so are they like having to constantly drive their ship so that way that they can stay behind the moon? Because
Yeah,
the moon moves through the sky.
such a struggle for them to do that as well. Imagine having to row constantly to keep up with the moon.
Oh my god. Stop.
Is there no wind in the black?
There's no wind at all.
Oh,
Only the murky black waters to swim through.
Crappy boat.
I don't swim
That wind
good.
is all in the willows.
Guys, I don't want to do this. I'm scared.
Yes, I do have a feeling that a featherfall token would not be enough.
Oh, that's actually.
But I do have my
Yeah,
cloak that lets me breathe underwater. That would help, right? Wait, no, magic doesn't work up there. Brownies are notoriously bad swimmers.
Considering a lot of your offence is magical based, you may want to get that sorted before you try anything.
Yeah, that might be a thing. All right, let's go inside because I'm sure everybody outside hiding around here being Watcher Angels. I'm gonna wave. I was having a good time listening in on this. Hi guys.
You turn around to wave.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a cherub.
Hey!
They're just sort of fixed staring at you and everywhere, really.
I can't do
Do
that.
all the
We're all
cherubs
one-
look the
Everywhere.
same? Like,
No.
Their eyes are looking her direction. then
It's
the other direction.
it's a little hard for a layman to tell, because the variances are covered by flame and bright light. But yeah, you think this isn't Brickbeal. It like the ring size seems a little different.
So they're look-wise generally
They have
same.
they have a theme, yes.
Okay.
Hello.
It's like the painting cherubs. They all look like cherubs.
I'm
babies.
Gifton.
That is much better than the Minions
Gifton,
reference I was going to make.
It's staring at you, and then it sort of rotates slightly as if like trying to show you the eye that was looking at you, looking at Keller.
This is Stephen Keller.
It rotates
They
to you a little bit.
are a
Keller now
speech
looks actually
and
distinctly uncomfortable.
They are a person under our care.
It stares at you some more. Razio actually goes, I think it's waiting to be able to speak.
It
Oh,
may.
Might hurt Stephen if it talks. Yeah.
It's gonna hurt all of us if it talks.
No. You were fine with Rick Beal earlier.
I think the Traveler's taking care of that.
Lucy
God.
would. Oh, actually, no. Lucy should be here.
No, I'll take him inside. We can have a little talk.
Is that
Okay.
Lucy saying that?
Uh-huh.
I don't
Well,
like
okay.
Lucy.
Is there a wry smile on his face?
Lucy, we'll catch you up.
Rather blank look on his face, actually, which is unusual for Lucy.
That's even worse.
Yeah. And he just
You,
goes,
me, and this knife blade.
take your time. And he's going to take the upper arm of Stephen Keller and just start walking him inside.
Bye.
Not the rest of him, though. Just the upper.
Just the upper arm. Just,
All right.
just
As soon as they clear the threshold, that we should be safe because it's a magical mansion.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. My name's Gifton.
I am Elif.
Hi, Ellis.
Lady Morgani will request your presence.
Oh. Yeah. Shoot. We gotta get Corvus. He went inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as the attendance of Cassiopeia is assured, and a majority of the decision-making can be done, this is irrelevant. But if you wish to fetch him, she can wait.
I would
It
prefer
would
to have
be
everybody
easier
together
to-
as much. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my radio and try radioing Corvus.
Then take your time. Her patience is infinite.
Oh, I'm so
We
sorry,
will
Ella.
be
Nervous.
momentarily.
I'm gonna sprint towards the door.
Okay, you see, Carrick, you see,
It looks actually panicked.
you see Gifton start sprinting as the radio goes through because travelers head into it. Corvus, you arrived in the room where the
Tab.
examinations and experimentation were taking place.
Yep.
And the body's there on the table. Pulped head, ruptured chest, not moving. Val is sort of coming over, checking the pulse, shaking her head. They don't feel anything.
Corvus is going to inspect anything that's potentially, I guess, for his sensibilities, be a foreign object or equipment or magic.
Where are you inspecting? On the outside? Are you opening them up further? What are you doing?
Inside.
Well, this will take some time then.
A
You,
medicine check.
yeah.
Would you have an open chest cavity?
Yeah, he has exposed chest cavity.
So you're just checking the chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a medicine check. I'm gonna ask: are you wearing your gloves and so on? Like, what are you?
Yes.
Are you properly garbing up?
I'm properly. He's always wearing his gloves. Yes.
Dirty.
He will put on his mask as well, and will get out his old medical kit and start inspecting the inside of the chest, see if there's any foreign something inside that's not normal.
Give
for
me
a
a
body.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Advantage because of the tools or normal?
Advantage, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. You are reasonably short. There is absolutely nothing in the chest cavity that shouldn't be there. Very healthy heart. Very healthy organs in general. This person's never smoked, never done anything of that sort.
You say there's a heart?
No, there's no heart no more.
No, there's a heart.
I thought we took the heart out of this one.
Yeah.
What?
Alda.
Hmm?
Through his mask. His heart is back.
There's a pause as if she's just going back over her head of like whose heart was taken and so on. And then she's just coming over and
The chest cavity was cut open to retrieve the heart. The heart is still here.
Was that?
Is he regenerating?
The other guy had something weird. Maybe this guy has something weird.
Shouldn't
Quick,
be
open his head
happening.
to see if there's a brain.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Well, that certainly shouldn't be happening.
Corvus is going to go to the head then.
Alright. So you want, so the brain was mulched, but the face was mostly intact. Just blood trickling, eyes sunk back, for sure. Like they are not resting in their sockets properly. Do you want to open up the head?
Yep.
Okay, this will take you some time because you got unless you're gonna like just be
I
blunt
have
about
a
it.
bone saw.
Right, that does take a little bit of effort.
Yeah, I know.
So as you are soaring away, that is when your radio is going to buzz from Carrick. Carrick, what are you saying?
Sorry, it was Swedish fish.
Very soon she'd say to
Corvus?
Corvus, but
Can you hear us? Or
Yes, I can hear you. We have a situation. This Stephen Culler is regenerating. He has a heart again. I'm checking the brain.
We're
If
being
nothing
called
else, I'm
by
going to
Morgani.
remove the head. Why?
because we're being called by Morgani.
Okay.
you want me to take over?
Do you need me to be there?
Gifton would
Yeah,
prefer
good.
all of us. And I'm also going to outside the radio going, I guess...
You hear the
other
patter, patter of
ones
running feet.
Got a heart again or
But
something.
Gifton, he
Oh
just
my
in his
God!
full- What? Carrick has told me that Morgiani has requested our presence. Is that what you're trying to say? Nod your head. Nod your head, not breathe.
Okay, I'll start breathing.
Why are you... Am I needed there? Or...
I would appreciate if the little bit of time that I have left with my friends, if we could get together, and also, you guys need to make decisions without me at some point. It'd be great if you actually knew what the fuck was going on.
It's
Also-
probably about Cassiopeia, right? She has to make the deal.
Probably, but they said it also the people who make this.
Corvus takes off his mask and starts going and washing his hands up. Gifton, just to let you
You
know,
leaving the
Steve-
bones all like sort of embedded in the skull, or you gonna? Yeah.
He's just embedded in the skull. Just to let you know, Gifton, Stephen Keller seems to be regenerating, so they may not
That's
stay
good.
dead.
Well, it's okay, but you see, Velda here is a professional, and she doesn't rest, and she's awesome. And I bet you if we ask her to put her best people on it, they can handle this for a couple of minutes, and you could maybe not
I'll
skip
go fetch somebody.
on a god meeting for the 4th time.
Fowler is leaving the room.
Just keep cutting the heart out every 10 minutes.
He is actually going to just cut the heart, cut the vessels. One thing before I go, just to delay this.
So you've washed up. Now you're gonna go back to the heart.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't take his gloves off.
He's
He
gonna have to
doesn't
take
keep washing.
All right, if
he just
you
washes it.
if you're just gonna do that, I'm just gonna go. Just fine, just stay, because I don't have time for this. I understand that you think that this is important and that I'm always in your way. So you know what? Do it. And I'm just gonna run it back out the exit.
Gifton,
Yep.
as you start to run out, and Corvus, you start to try and cut the heart out.
Yeah.
Moment your blade sinks in, the chest closes over your arms.
You finally got to do it.
As serrated ribs puncture your arms. Do you make a sound?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Gifton,
don't have to be dramatic about it. I'm just gonna.
as it's clamped on your arms and the body is shaking.
Corvus is going. Shoot, he can still move his fingers, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
sort
go,
of.
Lucy!
They might not be perfect moving, because there's stuff in your forearms.
Shit, what's going on with your arm? Because I honestly figured. I honestly figured you just started screaming and Gifton was facing away. That's why she's telling why are you being so damn dramatic.
That's perfect.
You want to try and cast?
Oh God, what's happening to your arm? I'm like,
He's
you,
gonna try to
Lucy,
cast a spell,
Lucy,
yes.
Valda, help!
What are you casting, Corvus?
Verbal somatic, so I don't have to grab anything material component.
Mhm.
Blight.
Right. Okay, but it has a somatic component, right?
Yes, it has a somatic component.
Go ahead and just roll me a d100.
Okay.
Okay, you are able to cast it. It's sluggish. Your fingers aren't responding perfectly. You think, a tendon might have been severed.
That's not good.
Yeah, but you are able to cast it. Right. The body lets out.
There may be more. I'm just double checking. So if he has resistance to necrotic damage, it is overcome. The medical stuff, that 20 is not there. Sorry.
Okay.
And so it's 36.
It's 36. Okay. 36 is enough to make it let go. It's a combination of letting go and some of it just crumbles as the blight overtakes it. But you are able to wrench your arms free. There are bits of it still stuck in you.
Is there a save on that?
No, no,
Six.
nope,
Oh,
no
I
save.
just-
Yep. But it pulls back. You pull back, and as you do, the body continues thrashing, and the mouth opens up and lets out a sort of unearthly.
Well, what's...
That's not the
there's
sound.
no secrets over here?
Wonderful.
Oh my god, it turned into German for me. I'm not gonna let him see it.
Why didn't that do the right one? Why didn't it do the right one?
Beautiful.
Thank you, Germa985, for your contribution to our stream.
Oh, well.
That's what you get for using that on your soundboard at me.
I thought I had it set up properly. It's on the right selected sound, but apparently GoXLR says no.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's a kind of noise.
Yeah, that's the kind of noise it
Is it
is.
the invasion of the
It's
body snatchers
something like
stuff?
the thing.
It is indeed something like the thing. There's a sort of unearthly moaning noise as it starts to thrash harder.
Get away from
Legally
it, Corvus!
distinct from it.
Corvus has backpedaled to the opposite wall, clenching his arm and hand.
Are you? Help! Help!
Right, you hear the sound of boots sort of rushing towards you as Lucifer will burst through the door, followed by Avocella.
Mhm.
As you hear Avocella go, "Oh no!" And Lucifer, never one to mince his decisions, literally just raises up his hands, wrists together, palms flared out, and a stream of blinding, defying flame is going to start spewing from them. The thing on the table screeches louder as it is engulfed.
Your arm. Oh, it got you good.
Yeah, you are bleeding heavily, Corvus.
Do I take damage?
Oh no! Why is your blood black? Is that natural?
Yeah,
Oh, that's natural for you.
Corvus, you've taken about 26 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, man, this is not good.
And until treated, you're going to be taking a d6 damage every now and then.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! Do you think that Stephen had the rabies?
He had something. God, it's seeping everywhere. That's not good.
You want me to?
Would me, Carrick, Gas, and the others outside have heard?
We're
any
inside a
of that,
magical
or-
mansion.
Yeah.
Corvus rolls out his hands. Pull his gloves off. Too gifted.
I'm gonna do that. Give me your radio. I'm gonna pull your gloves off. I'm taking your radio from you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, the body attacked us, and they're
Immediately.
Okay. How many of you are heading inside?
Oh, I'm going in and I'm just complaining. What did he do to piss off a corpse?
Before I run in, I'm going to look at the cherub and go, "We apologize. A moment more of time problem has come and then it's going to follow.
You may have as many moments as you wish.
Thank you." Eric's going to run off.
Yeah, RG just booked it off down the hallway.
Jeez, such a passive aggressive cherub.
Right, you all rush on in. As you've taken his gloves and radio, Lucifer's coming straight up to you, Corvus, and is going to. I'm going to yank. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Right.
Take him off.
He's gripping your arm and he's pulling those bone spurs that are still stuck in you, just out.
Oh, the bone spurs.
Yes.
Ah,
Which is distinctly unpleasant. That hurts a lot.
See, maybe you shouldn't stay here with the body. Maybe you should come with us, huh?
By the way, he's throwing them onto the flaming corpse, which it looks like some of it started to try to detach, but has burnt up. There is an arm resting on the floor. Looks like some of the tendons and sinew just snapped away.
It's trying to escape itself.
And
Then
once
do something about it, Gifton.
What?
it's not moving anymore. And then he's going to do the good old angelic healing on you, which doesn't
Hurts.
feel good for you, Corvus.
That hurts.
It heals you.
What? That?
Find touch of healing. Be grateful.
Yeah,
It's
it
bad
it,
tingle.
like the whole. I think there's something going on.
It's the understatement of
Thank you,
fucking
Lucy.
year.
You are
No.
a treasure.
Lucifer, when you heal somebody, do they wince in pain from the healing?
No, normally they
Corvus.
drop to their knees and offer me thanks and worship.
Oh, shut up.
Don't talk to Lucy like that.
So grateful.
You're a very rude little boy, aren't you?
I think given the rebels.
Thank you, Lucy. Guys!
By now.
Guys, I'm yelling at you down the hallway. Guys!
Lucifer, I honestly think that's how he befriends angels. Honestly,
Well,
I think I think he's crossed in the head a little bit.
I appreciate.
I may have slapped him too hard in the past. I apologize.
That. I
May have.
appreciate the assistance and the healing, but that was horribly painful as well.
All right, we're gonna have to bottle that because Morgani's a very impatient goddess, and we should not keep her waiting, unfortunately. Corvus, are you good to go with us, or do you need to stay?
I'm shocked you're all still here.
I was getting him, and he had to wash his bloody hands.
Powder is going to appear at this point with a couple of other Fomirians. And she's just looking at all of you gathered and going, what's going on? Why do I smell burning?
The body opened up its
You could probably see the flaming corpse.
the rib cage went
Look,
like
with
this.
you all gathered.
The rib cage went like this. She motions like Venus flytrap on Corvus, and it was started writhing around and trying to eat him.
She's actually going to look at the currently standing Stephen Keller with suspicion.
All right, I'm gonna trust
That's
you all to be
not
very good
unfair.
with Steven. We have to go.
Alright, we'll handle this.
What? Do we?
And the hurt
You do.
came from
You
that
specifically have to.
All right, run. Run. Sprint. Kristen's running for the door.
You're all sprinting outside. Corvus, you feel like you could really do with like some orange juice and a cookie.
Oh, your blood sugar tanked.
Yes, you have that fun wooziness of running after having just lost some blood. Because that doesn't get healed. But yes, you all rush outside to see that cherub hovering there patiently.
I'm rushing.
You're not rushing?
Indicates that they're running. Cass is just casually walking and keeping up.
Really?
Yeah, because Cass has a move speed that far exceeds most everyone in the party, except for RG.
What is your movement speed? Because I've enhanced mine recently. Because I go 80.
I go 120.
Yeah, I'm running. I'm outrunning you.
Right, so yes, if you're not running Cass, you are going to be left behind by a few people.
At this point now I have to run to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of us have 40 move
Corvus
speed and
watch
have triple
everyone
moves.
just flash out of the room. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll walk.
You want to cut your way through?
That seems like a very bad idea. What just occurred?
You want a cutty cut, Corvus?
I was honestly waiting for him to send the
The
body.
DM doesn't sound suspicious at all.
And I love what you're doing, Yulia.
Mhm.
But in Corvus's mental state, he is not going to do that. He is too focused on his own physical condition
Okay.
of what's happening to even think.
Do
about
you still have Rogue Run?
I do
You
not have
technically
Rogue
do.
Run.
I believe you still get the bonus
I
action.
do
dice
because
from
of the
other class.
Guermager.
Okay, cool. Right, so what's your movement speed?
It would be 60 then.
Okay. Corvus isn't that far behind.
Yeah.
You could quickly on a turn, I think, given you would
90.
dash and then run
Yeah.
again, you could go 90.
I could do 90.
Yeah.
Or I can
So-
do 120.
You become the Thaldir of the group.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
you all rush out at a fairly good rate. You find that little cherub just floating there patiently.
I'm so sorry. There was a thing that attacked us when we went inside. I am so sorry. Please forgive us. We're ready to go.
It is fine. Are there any other matters you need to take care of before visiting upon
I'm
Lady
so
Morgani?
sorry. I think it's okay.
Corvus is just inspecting the wound.
This is the most important thing on our minds.
Jeez, tone down the passive aggression. Amateur.
Then, if you catch your breath, and please wait a moment, I shall open up a portal for you.
Okay. It's very nice to meet you.
The little cherub just starts to float around, seemingly inscribing arcane sigils into the very air itself. Just these glowing spots of pattern and light as it bobs around. Raziel's going to lean in to you, Carrick, actually. I'm going to say he's beside you. And he's going to go, I don't know if you realise, but sending a cherub is a little bit of a snub.
I had a feeling it might be, but we've got to go with what we've got.
Right, a doorway of divine light blares into existence.
By the way, I'm
Oh,
also
wow, thank you so much. This is really great.
Corvus.
What?
Gain 17 temporary hit points.
Okay, thank you.
Actually feels good, Corvus.
That one doesn't burn like a motherfucker.
I don't like it. Oh, I did do the name. Okay.
The portal awaits. Do you all want to go through?
I go through.
I will go through.
Next time, Gifted. Alright, Dingus. I pat Dingus. Alright,
Yes,
Dingus,
we'll
go
go
fast.
You
through.
have wings.
I don't use them inside because they're really big wingspan, and it's a small corridor. And it hits my wings.
This is
You're
going to
normally 6
cause.
inches tall.
I could ride on Dingus. He's faster when I fly.
Right, coming on through. You all find yourselves in what looks like to be a study. A very, very large one. A library/study is probably the more accurate description for it. Actually, kind of reminds you of Glass's place. Stoneworked walls with bookshelves galore. And there is Morgani in a humanoid form. You've all seen before.
My knees and do a supplicant bow whatever thing down to the ground. Respectfully.
We
Lady
do
Morgani.
apologize, Lady Morgani.
So sorry.
We had a situation where unfortunately a corpse tried to eat Corvus. We
She-
don't know why or what he did to piss it off so much that it tried to eat him, but it did. We had to deal with that and make sure he was okay before we because we didn't want him bleeding all over.
She holds a hand up to you, Cass. And she sort of frowns as she sees a lot of you sort of out of breath, clearly having just run. She just goes, "Did my cherub not tell you not to rush?"
I didn't want to keep you waiting, my lady. I'm sorry.
Well,
Corvus just rubs his face with his hand.
I
We wish
appreciate.
to honor you.
Sadly, he did tell us it was taken with an alternate meaning, unfortunately.
Bessie, you don't need to be hard on the sheriff. They were doing their job.
So we do apologize for arriving in such a disabled state.
Take a few moments, gather yourselves. I'll be with you in a moment. And she's just sort of moving over to one of her tables and going through what looks like to be parchment.
I'm gonna bet with the 26.
And then she proceeds to do her
Carrick's not
taxes.
even winded, so Carrick's
Mhm.
waiting.
Yeah, Archie's just sitting like, oh,
Very
Is that 17 temporary?
yes.
Are you going to be all right, Gifton?
It's a little bit of panic. And so I sprinted all the way down to get Corvus. And I sprinted all the way back.
It doesn't
And I
have
feel
to.
like my heart wants to explode.
Would you like to sit down?
I'm already on the ground. That's still
Okay, Gifted. Try
Don't you
breathing.
can get up. I am breathing. Just try to calm down.
So Corvus is just kind of standing there, probably somewhat winded because of his knee and leg.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
he is using his fingers to like dig in the places of his arm
Ow.
to feel
What where
around.
where you were healed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When you say dig, like how much are you
Like-
pressing?
Like on the verge of becoming painful.
Okay.
Because he
Feels
doesn't like the reaction that happened. He's concerned about something.
like
If
supple flesh as usual.
Out of
Okay,
character,
I
we
think
not
I'm
don't
okay
know if
now.
you've been healed by an
I
angel before.
greatly apologize, Great Morgani,
I believe
for
Corvus has been healed by an angel before.
yeah,
coming in here in such a disheveled state. That was inappropriate.
It is understandable. Before we continue our discussions, Cassiopeia Steelshod,
Yes.
I asked something of each of your friends, and I would ask the same for you. Have they informed you?
I've heard, but sadly, things can get manipulated intentionally or unintentionally. So, if I may, I would love to hear it from you directly.
In that case, I would
Usually
like
look
for you
what?
to come make a pact with me. That you,
Repeat that real quick, Yuli. You kind of faded out for me.
I would like for you to make a pact with me. That you will not knowingly act against me or my kin. It is a very simple one.
I will make this pact, even though I harbor misgivings about it. But to prove that we are on your side, I will make this pact with you.
Well, then please step over here.
Casa going to trot over.
And she seems to wave a hand, and suddenly that section of the room to everyone else, dead silent. Not a silence you'd think. But Cassie, you also were able to hear her. She's able to hear you. And she just sort of keeping her face turned away from the rest of the group and having you face the same way. She goes, "Then my pact is sealed with a secret, one known only to you and to me."
There are many, many secrets I could say, but probably the one that would confuse people the most is I loved it. Before anything else, before I was removed from my first life, I loved the feeling of power that I had from what I was. I would pretend to be scared of it. I would call myself a monster. But the truth was, I reveled in every second of it. It was freeing, being able to step away from the constraints of a preconceived notion of what I should be, who I should be. Being able to decide, even though I was angry, I was stomping, I still had a clarity of mind to decide who lived and who died when they got in front of me. It was empowering. And yet, I have to maintain the secret that I feared that power the entire time, even though I want it back.
I'm afraid, child, that is not a secret. Why did you revel in so much, being able to see who lived and who died? What was the feeling? What made you love it?
The freedom. Just the absolute freedom. I could be me. I didn't have to be the placid little wallflower that I pretended to be. I didn't have to fear myself. I could be brash, I could be forward, and I could step away from who I shrouded myself with.
The
I could just be free.
She looks back over her shoulder towards the rest of your party, and then she just fixes with you with a look and just goes, "Not a secret."
Okay, then you want something that's truly a secret?
Yes.
It wasn't in self-defense that I killed Kushiel. True, he did strike first. It wasn't in self-defense. I killed him and the 2 others in vengeance. I brought down the heavens upon him for the simple fact he was trying to take away what I relished. And I will never tell anyone any different. I killed him because I could, and I would do it again.
Well then, I think that'll do. Although I would advise against telling anybody any different.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
She says, "That'll do, but I would advise against not telling anybody any different. It remains between
no
us."
one will ever know. It will always be forever self-defense.
She just smiles at you and just waves her hand as if like you may go back to the group. There is sound again to
Has
everybody.
anybody ever felt pain from an angel healing them?
Can you not do this? It's a very sacred place.
It's bothering me, okay?
Yes.
I know what.
Demons. It burns them.
Have you become a demon? That was quick.
I am, as defined by several of you, a soulless entity, so does that count?
I don't think it.
I thought that was how you.
Time.
She actually glances towards you,
Why does he still
Corvus.
have his soul?
She goes, "Not a soulless entity. Who's told you this?"
Your brethren, several angels.
Well, they're idiots. Your soul is part of your matter.
See, you matter.
Thank you.
What's the matter?
What's the matter, you?
So,
To matter.
demons burn in holy energy, right? Because it's the counter opposite to it.
Right.
And so, if a demon is touched and healed
Corvus.
and doesn't know that they are a demon,
Corvus, pull you back here. We're gonna spend so much time talking about this later, but right now we're wasting a god's time.
I wonder if you could be infected with demonhood.
is that a thing?
Gifted space bombing. She's still kneeling.
Yeah. Morgani's just watching you all.
Fortunately, just commenting to myself more than anything.
I can't believe I don't
What
get to go to
else
heaven,
would
but you
you,
guys do. This is so wrong.
What else would you wish to see us about,
I'm glad you're ready.
Goddess Morgani?
Please rise.
Guys, I'm the only one that was down.
She's
probably.
basically addressing you. So, I have all of your pacts, and I did tell you that I would consider things, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
You're also aware that you don't have a right to privacy from me, to be blunt. I have been observing you. I've been watching what's happening.
Mm.
Watchers are good and all, but sometimes you must turn the personal gaze. Having an eye on things lets you see with so much more clarity than second-hand words. I believe you to an extent. I am not unconvinced that there are ulterior motives and possible consequences and inherent self-deception, perhaps. But I believe, and she's looking at you, Gifton, and you can tell that she's struggling to admit this. I believe that you are earnest with your words, and that you are here to help me. And so,
Bow my head because I realize what a big admission that is.
I offer help in return. What do you need to save me?
We have Spirit with us, or part of Spirit with us.
One of my daughters.
Yes, your daughter, the spiritual. I don't know if the mental came with. I haven't really checked. But she was with us at one point. But Spirit thought that they could help you because the traveler that we were on said that if you received a donation, inoculation from one of your Star Dragon children, that it may help. Spiri had a plan of us to go out into the black where the stars move, and to go get actual Spiri, because this is only a small bit of Spiri. But the problem is there's a group of the Sphinx Initiative currently trying to kill us, and they have a starship behind the moon, and they are sending people down to blow us up.
So,
and
everybody, there is something rather disconcerting about seeing a god's eye twitch.
They also have a god-killing weapon on their starship, we were told.
The moon. There,
they
at
killed
my moon.
Yes.
Orlan in their time.
They struck my brother.
Struck
In
down.
a different timeline, yes.
In a different time, they did.
Or so we were told.
But they had used that weapon to...
In a different time, but these people struck him down.
I don't know if it was exactly these people. We had a prisoner that we have been interrogating that gave us information. They could be giving us bad information, but we are wary because we don't want them to use the bad weapon.
Give them to me.
I don't want Steven to get hurt.
What we have been told is that the group that's trying to kill us and has this device or weapon is a splinter faction, because the gentleman who came to the meeting with everyone was being truthful in that they were willing to parlay with us. This group, however, believes that forget that, we just kill them and the problem's solved.
Splinter faction is not proven just because this man was truthful. He may just be unaware of the actions and orders of those above him.
No, but any information, no matter how unlikely, is still valid to make further decisions.
But for you, Gifton Greysteel, yes, and will not harm your prisoner.
He is currently under us. Yeah, we were trying to divine, sorry for the term, more information, because we had two bodies. Hea captured tried to capture 3 of them when they tried to kill me and RG and our kids earlier in Tulia. We were trying to get information from the bodies, but it is very limited. And when we went to go get Corvus, who was examining the body, its ribcage made she makes teeth like Venus flytrap, and grabbed his arm, and then it started writhing about, and it was regenerating parts of itself, and it was making this noise.
Sorry.
And now it hurts when Corvus gets healed with angels.
Step forward, Corvus.
As he's asking Gifton. Right. as he's turning and as he's walking towards Morgani, what happened to the bodies that Heya dispatched?
You had one of them.
You said though she had two, though.
I let the other one go.
You did indeed. Corvus,
Yep.
your arm is just being grabbed like a, not roughly, but it's like a mother manhandling a child.
The guy helped us take the devices off of Traveler, and he was helpful and truthful enough.
You carry an infection.
Splendid! That's just...
If you washed your hands, you wouldn't get infections. You taught me about this.
The strange blood you have low seems to be dealing with it.
Congratulations on your use of magic.
This would be very bad for anybody else, though.
Alright, new policy. If we kill a Stephen Keller, you burn the body.
The people from the Sphinx Initiative, when we saw them in the vault that we escaped from them, they injected all of us with something that they said was to stabilize us in time, and they wouldn't let us do anything unless we took the injection. The Stephen Keller we just talked to, he said that we shouldn't have needed an injection.
Well, he said that he had not seen anything about.
Yeah, he said that he had said about that. So I
her eyes fixed on you, Carrick, and there's a single clawed finger gesturing for you to move forward.
Carrick will move forward.
Right. Just like Corvus, she just takes hold of you.
That I'm used to it, because I have.
She trails a sort of a clawed over your arm, rolling your shirt up, and she frowns and shakes her head and goes, "I sense no malady of any natural means."
They don't use magic for things, so I don't know.
Then ask the smith.
Salon?
She does not seem pleased to acknowledge something being outside of her purview, but she just nods and lets you go, Carrick.
Thank you for checking on me.
If it's non-magical, then it would also have to be.
I also have great concerns.
If it were of animal or plant or any such thing, if it were natural, I'd see it. But if it is their technology, it may escape my view.
My biggest concern with them, and I'm going to voice that here with everybody, we haven't seen them do anything with magic. I don't think in their timeline
magic exists.
Yeah. Because everything they do is shutting down our magic, and they don't seem to use it at all.
Did they say Talon was the only one struck down, or was I already dead in their time?
Orlan.
They did not say who was gone.
No,
we didn't ask.
We do have a way to find out.
They did say Lucifer was the devil, the Lord of Hell, though.
It's just not telling him.
He said it right in front of Lucifer.
Thankfully, he's not mine to deal with.
We could check with Traveler. Traveler seems to be able to track those timelines and know what's happened.
She sort of waves a hand and just goes, "There is something more important in my mind.
Yes.
I want you to destroy them."
Huh?
Ship encroaching on my space.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be out of character. I thought when she said earlier she was taking care of it.
Hiding behind the most sacred thing to me.
You like cheese that much?
She's just gonna stare at you.
I'm gonna stare at her.
What nonsense are you speaking,
Bread
Faye?
made of cheese.
The big wheel of cheese.
The moon is not made of cheese. Is this what your mythology in the future suggests to you?
I'm getting really confused messaging here.
My guess.
I will
is
ignore
that-
this sacrilege.
Cheese is amazing.
The
Our
moon.
people
So
have
it
not
is
gone
made of
to the
rock?
moon.
Are you familiar with how the first were created?
Yeah, stars
It went.
in your blood.
I reached into the black, and I tore the heart of a dying star into our reality.
Yeah.
I stripped its essence, its warmth, its glow, all of its life from it. Kindled it within the matter left behind. They were birthed forth. You might call the moon their egg.
The moon used to be a star?
Yes. Very core of one.
Stars are made of rock?
Oh, not that simple. That is the matter that I brought together, left behind.
Oh. So it's a burned out star.
In a way,
Okay.
with a little bit of manipulation from myself.
Distance eyes are.
But you understand why
starting.
this is very important to me.
Okay, yes, I understand that that is very important to you. I personally want to rescue the 30-some Stevens that are being forced to do the bidding of the 5 people on that ship.
You may do as you wish as long as the perpetrators are dealt with. The sacrilegious
At
vessel
least
is
at the very
destroyed.
least, if we bring them to ground and we blow up their ship.
This is acceptable to me.
I
As long as they pay in blood.
Organic. I've been told that in the space, because it is your domain, magic pulled from it doesn't work.
I will enable your spell work to take hold.
Okay. And
Because
just to
they
be
have a
clear,
bit of an edge
that
on
he
us.
was not there for the conversation with Stephen Keller, the demon. He was told that at an earlier point in time.
I will
I
not
would
assist you
suggest-
directly, as you say, they have the ability to strike my kin and I down. I think that would be foolish to appear.
Will you stand with us if the rest of their group tries to use this against us in the upcoming talks?
Negotiation. I don't
Yes.
think she's part of the arbitration with
Thank you.
Talon.
I will vouch for you, but you must know that I don't have a deciding vote.
Yes, it's just as backup saying that, just so that they do not think that we went on our own to try to do this.
No,
I
you are being asked, told by a god
thank you.
to go on a holy crusade.
When was the last Holy Crusade in our timeline?
Probably the one that
Hexenreich.
How you define?
Technically, Hexenreich.
Yeah. It seems like all these Holy Crusades come from Morgani.
I'm pretty. There was the Holy Crusade to wipe out the dragons on Barras, so there's at least one that didn't come from Morgana.
That was practical, not holy.
Also, not a holy crusade. That was a man-mandated thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
he didn't try to claim.
No, well, he did,
divinity with that.
but it's not.
Okay.
Divine
I mean,
objective.
Sometimes
When a
those
mad
divine ones are
king
nice.
starts ranting about a holy crusade, you might want to doubt it a little bit.
Yeah, but history, reality, sometimes doesn't work that way.
And gullible peasantry.
Yeah.
Do you have means of traveling up there?
We have a ship we are fixing that we stole from them.
I mean,
So-
again, we were told to use anything they had, so
But I'm just saying they claim we stole it.
I don't
so-
care. You have this.
We have
Yes.
something. Yes, we're fixing it, so we could do that. Do you wish to have one of yours pick up Stephen? You wanted to speak with him.
No.
Also, do you?
No,
wish to
I have
speak
changed
with-
my mind.
You should speak with the spiritual.
Spiritual. I will talk to her, yes.
All right.
Tell her to wait outside that little mansion you've got. I will come visit upon her myself.
Okay.
As for
She'll be very
Stephen
happy to
Keller,
see you.
I think until we've ascertained their full capabilities, I want them kept away from me.
That
this
is
probably
fair.
Is for the best.
They have strange means.
I will also warn my brethren of their apparent capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Although, unfortunately, my judgment has been put into question, so whether they trust my words.
I apologize greatly for the inconvenience this is causing you.
I know it may not be
Gifton,
the best, but
you can't help but see that moment of suspicion has returned to her eyes. As if like her brain suddenly going, is this all part of the ploy?
I am going to make sure Hea knows as well. She has been getting appraised and sharing information to Miris and Imor and to everyone. So
Elday.
Ellen as well.
Elday,
Yes.
step forward.
I will do so.
She picks up something from her desk and holds it out to you. It is
Oh,
a familiar box. So very familiar. Something that was ingrained upon your mind over thousands and thousands of years.
Oh no.
blink, blink.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
May I ask how?
A wound that seemed to be of... I likened it to some kind of heat disintegration, but... no magical residue. Funny, that.
Nodding. I will take the box.
Oh, I want them dead. I hope you do as well.
Seems the logical move.
If they get a hold of me or Corvus, they're going to immediately flee.
I suggest you find a way to stop them from being able to flee, then.
Leave it to the goddess of magic to give a really hard holy quest.
maybe we should speak with the smith before we go up there and see if he knows how they travel. With, I think you said their technology.
If you wish to speak to him, I'll take you directly there. I've had enough of this waiting.
That would probably be. Let us get checked for possible whatever they injected us. See if it is dangerous. Also,
Then, shall I take you to him?
If it is permissible, my great goddess.
thank you.
Permissible. My brother can't refuse my visit. And
Yes, but he might take offense to our visit.
after the days that I have gone through, he can put up with it. She sort of stalls out a little bit. And,
Yay.
We're just gonna be remembered in history as those meddling kids.
he she barks at you all to follow. You get the sense it's rude. It is rude. She might not intend it to be, but it is. She barks at you all to follow as she just moves across the room towards what looks like to be a set of doors. Very mundane doors.
Follow behind her.
As you follow behind her, she shoves them open, and there is suddenly blistering heat. As you stepping through a massive forge. The room seems to be filled with kilns, anvils, all sorts, and there is a single massive furnace at the center of it,
Wow.
where you can see.
I would love this.
You can see
I
Talan.
would love this.
Oh no, Gifton. Talan, shirtless.
Oh no.
Oh,
Right.
Hammer in hand, glistening sweat, you know.
That music tone that plays, and then that like
Yeah.
Weaver.
Uh-huh.
Quick, someone remind Gifton that she can't marry a god.
All right, Gifton's eyes have suddenly dilated, and her face is turned red in the way that only says abs.
Yeah. He seems to be working on some kind of blade on an anvil. And he just sort of glances up as Morgani enters, sees all of you, then just turns back to hammering, just letting you all approach. And he keeps working. Seems to actually insight checks from people.
Oh,
I can't make one in good conscience.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I was originally doing that insight on Gifton, so I'm gonna roll another one.
Okie
Yeah,
dokie.
but I think you've noticed that Gifton is
Yeah.
completely like those ears are red.
Right. The 30 plus is he is taking a little bit of delight in making her wait.
Gifton don't mind.
Uh-huh.
waiting.
I
Gift
think you're not the one he's enjoying making wait.
I
Going
know.
to tap Gifton on
Gifton?
the shoulder.
Yeah, Zelday's tapping you on the shoulder. Razio actually sort of reaches beneath your chin and like pushes your jaw up slightly.
God damn it, I was about to do that.
Still not responding.
That was the exact thing I was about to do.
There's an icy bucket of water.
Just put the hand in front of a face.
There is a moment where he quenches the blade,
Yes.
pulls it out, and those of you that have any smithing experience, even Gifton, although I think you're too distracted to really notice,
He's doing it really seductively.
just looking at this blade, this has to be the single most perfect sword you have ever seen.
And he
Like,
tosses him into a pile of similarly
And there's
perfect.
a pile
That's a
of
euphemism.
it is absolutely perfect. It you swear as it moves, you can hear it cutting the very air itself. And then he just seems to frown and he just tosses it back into the furnace, brushing his hands as he turns to look at the rest of you and just goes, "Well, welcome, sister." And
Gifton's gonna like suddenly like remember she exists and go down to her knees.
um,
She's still blushing.
Yeah, he actually seems a little pleased by it. There's a fake little smirk that seems to be directed Morgani's way when he noticed his gift and reaction. There's that little bit of godly pride of, yep, I've got it. And as he goes, and they probably should not be seeing you outside of the council chambers. So what is this about? They need your assistance, and you're going to give it to them. No waiting on process, none of this nonsense that you keep pushing the rest of us towards. Just hear them out and help them. I'm asking you to help them. Please.
That please was hard.
Ooh, that was a rough one. Yeah.
That please is going to end up with something straight back home.
He looks at her and goes, if you were not addled with the mind before, now you must certainly seem to be. She glowers and glares. There is that draconic rumble that emanates from her, and he just seems pleased as peaches. He
just takes a step backwards.
yeah.
That hands behind the back.
I want to continue existing way. Yeah.
I'm not getting involved in this fucking problem.
He reaches back into the furnace, barehanded, by the way, picking up the now like malleable metal of that sword that he threw in, and he's just sort of like started to mold it with his hands as he approaches you and goes, "All right, then, what is it that you desire?"
Was the laugh him?
Yeah, that was him.
Gifted is now looking directly down at the ground after he said that, and somehow found a new color of red.
Orlin, in our dealings with the Sphinx Initiative...
This is Talon we're talking to.
Talon, sorry.
Which, by the way, this is a new side of him. You've all seen him in these courtroom dealings, and he is formal as anything.
This is the fun side.
This is the happy in his forge. Yeah.
In our dealings with the Sphinx Initiative, we may have been inoculated by something under false pretenses.
You think so?
What?
You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
He looks disappointed.
Shaking my head slightly.
Archie will have given a grin when he said that when she said yes.
We were under the idea that we would not exist in their timeline, and so we agreed on
that is his domain.
And with something, and given that Morgani cannot sense it, and it's not nature-based, she recommended you...
You know it is not nature-based. You think she is an authority on such things. You really think you're better at it than that, hmm? He says, looking at Morgani.
Okay.
It is the stuff that their technology...
They have, yes. They have things that transcend magical abilities. So...
They exist. In space.
Well then, he sort of gestures sort of like... He's gesturing at the group of you, like, as if come forward. Doesn't seem to care who.
Carrick will walk forward.
I'm going to kind of tap Gifton on the back.
I'm still kneeled down because I never stopped kneeling.
It's that kind of like tap on the back that, push somebody a little bit.
What do we have today to knock out Telday? They did the same thing to Telday as they did to the rest of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him a whole bunch of nanobots.
Racists.
Machine.
Eric, he's just going to look you up and down.
Look over at freaking Talon, and then look like she's trying to say something, and just abs comes out.
Abs.
Abs. And then she just was right again.
I'm sorry, abs. I'm sorry, abs.
Lord.
I would like to touch you. Is this okay?
Sexual touching. Gifton's only getting worse over here.
She's discovered several new shades of red.
This is far different than Morgani's handling of you. Like, this is weirdly gentle for like these rough smith hands. They're just like running over you, just gently touching. And he's slowly starting to nod and just goes, there is structure in your blood.
I am guessing that a structure that shouldn't be there.
I've never seen something built so small. Multitude. But constructs are my domain. And they put them there.
Yes.
Did you consent to this?
From what we can tell, under
the pretense they gave us,
false
yes.
pretenses.
False pretense.
We would cease to exist in their timeline. We have been told otherwise by others that have been pulled out of time by them.
He goes, they really should have a chance to explain themselves before I interfere. And Morgani just glares at him and goes, no explanations, remove them. And he actually just crosses his arms and stares back at her.
I can't quite tell if this is I'm not doing what you want, Mom, or just because you're the big sister doesn't mean you're always right.
He just looks at her and goes, speak to many rudely, mainly the mortals, but very often to us. Put up with it, but not here, not in my domain. You want this? Yes?
Yeah.
He rumbles. Then?
Who's he directing? I'm actually.
He's talking to her, Morgani.
And gifted unintentionally.
Everything's right to Gifted because
This is Abs, Tommy's daddy energy. What's going on?
I know, I'm really confused. They keep saying things like, do you want me to touch you? And
I did think of it.
Gibson's over here literally dying.
I hadn't expected this to be the way that gifting goes out, but it's far more fitting than
Then poor Gifton has to hear to London go, then use your tongue appropriately and offer up your apologies
Gifton
and your
Request
request politely.
Down.
Corvus goes over to Gifton to get it back up.
No, this may be better this way.
You actually know you are probably right. I think the blood loss will actually hinder her in further endeavors.
Hopefully, there is no blood loss.
Well, it all went to her head.
He seems to be finished molding the object he was holding.
I'm sure not all to her head.
And it appears to be a hammer now. Short hammer, the sort of haft of the sword still acting as its handle. Again, one of the most beautiful hammers you've ever seen. And he just, puts it down in front of him on the table and goes, place your hand upon my haft and tell me that you are sorry. And
That's okay. I fainted already.
Shoots back up and goes, no, I must do this now. And rushes.
We all know this is the hammer that eventually makes its way to Thaldir.
This isn't the hammer. The hammer is my penis.
And
just imagine the dreams she's having.
Morgani was
taking the hammer that's sitting on her belt and actually pulled it, looked at it, comparing it to that hammer, then putting it back.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have Thaldir's hammer.
His is bigger.
Morgani looks furious, but through clenched teeth, she just goes, not touching your blasted hammer, but I apologize for my intrusion and my rudeness. Now would you please assist them?
Out of character, becoming family therapists.
Or would you rather see me perish at the hands of these interlopers that are currently orbiting around my most sick? And he's just putting his hands up like, oh, okay. Right.
There's a point.
Down, Morgani, down.
Okay, I am going to remove these things from your bodies.
Okay.
Thank you.
What is wrong with the girl? The small one.
She's
You said a lot of things that are
vintage.
very suggestive, and she really liked your abs.
He likes blacksmiths.
She very
Yes.
much likes
He's
black.
married 2 of them.
This is a fine thing. We should start with her then.
I'm not able to consent.
Should
I'm
you be
unconscious.
awake?
He's actually coming over to Gifton's unconscious body, and he just very gently pats the top of your head, Gifton, and unfortunately, you're going to be awakened by that.
I'm gonna look up.
Looking directly
Yeah.
into
This,
Heaven.
like
reach my
outlined
arms
by the
up,
fires of
like-
his forge behind him.
This is unfortunately. I think this is what I was dreaming. So I'm gonna try to embrace and kiss.
As,
It's very exactly like many dreams she's had, just trying to be fair instead of him.
as you reach up to embrace him, he actually just like sort of puts his hands beneath your arms
Puts
and
her back
picks you.
down.
No, he picks you up like you're a child and sits you on your feet as if like she was asking for help getting up.
You wanted uppies.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's playing hard to get.
and he goes, "You must be awake to give me permission. I will lay my hands upon you and draw the machines from your blood. This is not consent. This is words.
from your blood is a weird euphemism, but okay.
Good. They are small. It should not hurt."
What?
And he lays his hands upon your
Small
shoulders,
people hurt a
Gifton.
lot.
And
Corporate found out they put tiny things in our blood with the needles.
Oh.
yeah, and you don't feel a thing, Gifton. As the night's really, really small and it doesn't really hurt. But he holds up his hands and just looks at them, then just like rubs them together a bit and goes, "Right. Do I have consent from you?" He's looking at you, Corvus.
Yes.
Mhm.
Again.
Nope.
You again? You think you are
Yeah.
still carrying some?
Yeah.
Let us be sure. And
Yeah.
Gifton, he just rubs his hand up and down your back.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh.
he looks at his hand and goes, "No, I have got it all." Right.
This is gonna go like to the end of the group, like she's somehow sitting back in line, hoping he forgets.
Corvus, you get the same treatment. Again, you just don't feel anything happening. There's no divine tingle. There's absolutely nothing. All you see is him then like lift up his hands, look at them, rub them together. Tell Day.
Over to Carrick. Do you think I could get Ilan to work a forge?
I
Do that to Carrick.
uh-huh.
I have probably not.
Yeah.
You know, the whole technology
Oh.
part is not really him.
Tell Day. Trana steps before you. He sort of looks you up and down and goes, "My namesake."
Yes.
Day.
He he just seems to be studying you, and you can see a look of appreciation on his face, and goes, "You are beautifully built."
Thank you.
You see metal imbued with a soul. He sort of slams his chest as if like it gets me here.
There are others if you wish to meet them.
Perhaps when we are done with the formalities of council.
Nodding.
Right. This will take a little bit longer. It is not within your blood as you lack such convenience. It is spread throughout your metalwork.
Of course.
Right. He just starts running his hands over your body, Telde. It's weird. Yep. Every now and then
This
you
feels
hear
just
him
very
tut as he
conflicting
finds like
feelings.
Mars and such over because you're very, very old. You're a bit worn.
Work done.
And but eventually he stands back up, rubbing his hands together, and just gives you an appreciative nod and moves to Argy. And he goes, Okay, frizzly haired one. You are consented to this?
I do.
Good. Right. And he just places his hands on your upper arms. After a few moments, rubs them together, nods at you. Carrick.
Yes.
He comes to you, and then he actually looks at Morgan and goes, "I'm not going to throw a fit if I touch one of yours, no?" And she just growls at him, and he smiles at her, and then he just looks at you and tilts his head.
I hit the mute button instead of the unmute. I give permission.
And he lays his hands upon you, and he just sort of lets a little. No, it will wait. And he pulls his hands away from you, rubs them together, and moves over to you, Cassie. And
Sorry, I said I was back. I had to step away.
Yeah, Talan steps over to you, Cassie, and he stops before you and just sort of gestures and goes, "Your form.
Hmm?
It must be interesting to fit with armor, yes?
Sorry, repeat that?
It must be interesting to fit with armor."
Not really. It takes a little bit of piecemealing armor together, but it can be done.
No, I mean putting it on.
It takes a little bit more time.
You face no issues with flexibility?
Cass kind of leans back. Still have some flexibility issues, but you learn. You have to learn.
And closest to you is some of Hayer's, the spiders and scorpions.
They're similar.
Who made you?
A fae.
That explains it.
That's a long story from a far future time. I am the only one of me there is.
Did you know?
Here.
I, and he seems to be very pleased about this and almost smug, am responsible for near every sentient creature.
Oh?
I made the first molds. The others filled them,
Oh.
of course, but
Didn't know that.
oh, it is always interesting to see one that is not of my design.
We're both
Just looks a little
punishment
sad
and
for a second.
blessing.
I would have added a few inches to you myself, but well.
Oh, I could always be taller. I think all of us want to be taller. She kind of looks back towards her back end. It kind of makes up for the large back half.
He shakes his head and goes, "No, small is also good. My most holy race. Small."
Are they gnomes out of character?
Dwarves.
Oh, dwarves. Duh.
I mean, yeah, that's 50-50.
I thought maybe the
But
craftsmanship
gnomes
and
are also
stuff.
his, but they're not his most
Yeah.
holy.
Okay, right, dwarves. I forgot dwarves exist.
Yes, the gnomes.
How
have less
dare.
dwarves.
Yeah, in the memory of Thaldir Forgehammer, you bastard.
Right?
You know, I created the gnomes and the dwarves as my personal races. Efficiency immaterial. One mold for two.
I don't know if they would like learning that they're
Yeah,
that
they
deeply
probably
related.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
Ah. Well,
Isn't
still.
one smaller than the other?
It's very funny. You should laugh more. And he's just looks to you as if like, "Can I have consent?"
Yes.
And he places his hands upon you, and after a few moments draws them away, rubs them together and goes, "I know not what these machines were for, but they are gone."
Thank you, Great
Cass is
Talon.
just going to quickly look around his forge and go, though there is one thing I'm seeing that you just don't seem to have in here.
Hmm?
You don't have a woodworking table.
The room is made of fire.
Around the fire.
So you can get a woodworking table that's resistant to fire. It's
I'm certain the Great Talon has many workshops for many different things. I'm sure they also have a place to sew and such.
I have a sewing table. I have a alchemy table. I have a woodworking table. I have.
We make our own outfits.
Woodworking table, I'm happy then.
I want to see Talon sitting in a little chair knitting.
He knits with a hammer, though. It's very interesting.
I have one
Big
matter
yard.
outside of what the Great Morgani brought us here for.
And
that
please
I would
speak,
like to
red-faced
broach.
one.
Thank you.
Suddenly, it's quite pale.
I'm gonna stretch out my bags and I would pull out a bag of holding and offer it out to him. These are things that should go back into the place that we shouldn't go into.
Ah.
We originally had taken them out to just spitball ideas to help.
Then am I to understand that there will be duplicates?
Yes. I think this should be everything that we took out. I hope. I don't know. I found some things in Shaxx and stuff, so
But
what
I'm
about the
guessing-
chest?
Chest isn't with us.
Okay, good.
Remember, we put the chest back because the chest of anti-magic or whatever thing was
You
dangerous.
took that out.
Listen, goddess of magic.
Yeah, Morgani's staring very, very intently.
Listen, we were preparing to do whatever we needed to do to just quiet her down for a little bit, and we didn't know what it did. The weird vortex thing wasn't.
Why
okay
were
either.
you able to gain entry and take things?
Because I had the badge of Lawless Prime, and the things let me in there, and yeah.
It was kind of in a.
If I recall
Oh,
correctly, she looks to Talon. Certain things were stored deeper, and a prime could not gain access to them. No.
But there
This is irrelevant discussion. I will take these back to the fort, and I thank you for safeguarding them.
Yeah. Thank you.
The only thing that would be missing out of that was the one that I believe was destroyed in its use.
Anything that
Arrow.
is with us currently is all that matters because yeah, it hopefully won't be wherever. And I had the arrow; it's in there.
Definitely not mentioning that we have at least one other thing that was taken out of the vault that is with, well, not with us, but
It's irrelevant. Nobody minds.
Hey!
He just takes the bag and nods and just goes, "Oh, then I hope I have been of assistance."
Thank you so much.
I do have another question, and I do not know if you can answer it since we're not.
What is it,
sure.
young man?
They can travel, like teleport without use of magic. I wasn't sure if you knew anything of how to possibly be able to stop something like that.
He crosses his arms and just shakes his head and goes, "My craft evolves as your kind do. Unfortunately," he just shrugs. "This is not of my domain now."
is it
Understandable.
possible for you to learn the technology if you are exposed to it?
He waves his hand and makes a sort of sound and you can take for that what you will, or you can do an insight. It's up to you.
Yeah, I should do an insight.
Eric would.
Oh, I'm averaging a specific number.
He just touched all those nanites, so yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. Those of you that have a 30 and above, you get the impression that this is I can, but I don't like to do that.
It's cheating.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nod.
Go ahead, Gifton.
I had a question for the two of them, if it's all right to ask. Would you think it feasible and possibly, hopefully, not inappropriate to broach Mayuri about possibly surrogating the kids in case I have to go into danger.
Talon takes a breath, and there's that look on his face, which is not particularly hidden, of like, that ain't my responsibility. I don't want to think about this. As he just sort of puts his hand up and goes, you would have to ask her yourself.
I'm just what your opinion of, do you think she would take offense, or do you think that's even something that would feasibly able to
ask her to be a mother?
I mean, yeah.
I think she would be quite honored that you would ask her, although I do not think she would enjoy denying you of the right.
I am just concerned. I don't want to mess up.
If you wish to talk to her, then I'm sure that my rude sister would take you. Excuse me? Am I wrong? Grinding teeth is the reply he gets.
I find her most endearing like this.
You, little Faye, are on thin ice.
I look down.
No, ice would not survive here. I know you are resilient to my heat, sister, but it does not mean it does not exist. Honestly.
Gifton's red again.
Yeah.
That ruined it. Gifton's just...
And Montgomery's actually giving him a look like even she's had enough of this, and goes, you really, for someone who deals with words and law, you really need to listen to what you say far more closely.
I think he knows.
You just get a wry little look from him till day. I have no idea what you mean, but
I desperately need to see my wife and husband.
Aren't you going to look if he's not doing that on purpose?
Nice. You should go see your fine smiths, and in them you will see me.
Oh, she's definitely dreaming that tonight.
Oh,
Probably you'll need one.
I have some confused thoughts in my head.
Now, I hope you understand that our pleasant interactions here will have no sway when it comes to matters of court.
Understandably.
Of course not. Thank you, Great Salon, for your patience with us.
Oh, it has been a pleasant visit. It is a joy to have you here.
I apologize for requesting Morgani to act rudely on our behalf.
Please, what do you think of this? And he's going to just lift up the hammer he's working on and just toss it onto the floor where it... Thump.
Can I go over it? Can I pick it up?
Nope.
I was going to say,
Pick
what else
it
go
up.
over?
Nope.
If Archie's going for it, I'll let Archie pick it up.
Archie's going to actually go over, pick it up, kind of.
No, you're not.
It. Oh, not?
You can touch it.
It's a
Mjolnir.
Aha.
I'm gonna go over and try to pull the sword from the stone. Not worthy. Okay.
Nope.
Got it.
Eric should try.
Nope.
Eric should come over.
That does not seem terribly useful.
What? This is a fine craft. It is not my fault that you are unable to lift it.
I think the gods work with much heavier elements than we are physically.
Oh, there, give
used
it a
to.
try.
I kind of want to cast something to try to lift it.
Unfortunately, despite my name, I am not that skilled in those arts.
What,
I've
bending
done
over
some
and
minor
picking it up?
tinkering over the years,
Oh, please, you must
but
at least
you
take
can
a look.
see the results.
Bend over.
Now Gifton's making it wrong. I will go over to the hammer
Window now.
and I will examine the hammer before I try to pick it up.
You look over it, and yeah, this is it's like not particularly ornamental. It's just in its simplicity a thing of beauty. And when you lift it up, it feels light as a feather.
Have the tiny handle.
Yeah, it's a pretty small handle.
Hmm.
It's definitely a one-handed hammer.
Practical, efficient.
My gift to you
I
then.
take it back. Thank you.
He just nods and just starts rummaging in a bin that just seems to have like ingots, raw iron, everything in it. And goes, oh, I go back to my craft. You'll have a pleasant time. Thank you for your visit. Oh no, this is sister. Do knock next time.
I could have been naked.
Wait, he wasn't?
I mean,
Oh,
he is
Oh,
mo-
okay.
misunderstood.
he has
Like,
like
you might
leather
follow her.
loincloth on. That's about it, you know. This is
I remember this
If
being
you're
primal
wearing
Talon,
more
that's why I was like,
clothing, it can catch on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
So
amazing,
can all your
amazing
hair,
how
that's why he's bald.
modern Talon somehow loses the attractiveness to Gifton.
No, you see, when he's working the forge, he still looks like primal Talon.
Gift is remembering like the sort of robe judge motif that's used in common religion in your time. It's like
Yeah.
this is sucks.
Yeah, like, man, religion just watered him down. It was awful.
See, now you have to go back to her present time so you can change the one in Beacon so it's proper.
I'm gonna go fall in line behind Morgani like a good little duckling.
Gray still.
Yeah.
A few moments, please.
Alone? With Talon?
With me?
Oh my.
Please.
I'm gonna go over to Slash.
Alright, he seems to wait until the rest of you have filtered off a bit of distance. He's not expecting you to leave entirely. And
Closet door closes. 7
Morgani's
minutes.
looking put out.
Morgani's just waiting by the open door, looking annoyed, as she does. And then he looks at you and goes, "Oh, the wife and husband, Smiths, yes?
Yes.
This will be quick work, but..." and you see him, once again, hand straight into the forge. And he just seems to be moulding rather quickly. Takes stuff out, pounds away. I'm sorry, I'm making myself laugh now. Back into the forge, quench, and before he turns back towards you and holds out, it is a pair of hammers and a pair of tongs to go with each. And he goes, "Not as perfect as the ancestral ones that Day carries away, but finer than any mortal hand has had hand in, I imagine. A gift
Wow, these are
them.
beautiful. Thank you.
And if I am right,
Oh.
their happiness shall be your happiness. And thus that is my gift to you as well."
Bow my head again, and then I am going to pull out of my bag one of the cloaks I made and offer it to him.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is your hand.
Yes.
I can see
Thank
you
you.
woven through it.
Yes. I used to make dresses for fancy parties.
Gifton, he's
Enjoy.
putting the cloak on right away,
Mhm.
which is a comical sight considering his lack of anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But once he does, he then poses, he flexes. He does like a strongman arm.
Gifton's like a small wind can take Gifton right
Yeah.
now.
Because I am gifted hits the floor.
And then I'm just gonna flush like, "Oh, thank you so much, Chris," and I'm just gonna rush towards the group as fast as I can. I need to get away. I need to get away. Save me. Save me.
Morgani will usher you all through the door back into her domain, and we're all close behind her, leaving the heat of Talon's forge behind.
Nobody told me Talon was hot.
That's my brother you're talking about, please, Faye.
Yes, but he always looks like he's got really robes on, and he's always like, meh, and he's not.
Robes. Can't picture
He's
it.
a very handsome man.
If you say so.
Looks like a stern judge. He never looks like that.
I am going to use.
Stern that looks stern sometimes when dealing with
Is
your
it?
children.
Is that what your modern times remember him as, a judge?
Yes.
He
To
is
use
very
minor.
law and order.
I think that would
Yes.
make him sad.
At least
Oh, wrong one.
the times we have encountered him.
He
Who knows what he
arbitrates
does
because he's
sometimes.
good at it, but it is not his passion.
That's what his
It's-
church does in our time, is they just paperwork and arbitrate.
That does seem to be, but the craftsmen still look to him.
Yes, we still pray to him for help with his hand in our crafts, but
At least
The
it's not
church.
forgotten.
The church usually does the other stuff.
What odd place you come from. So,
10,000 years adrift is a hell of a thing.
your blood is sanctified by the god of the forge. Are we satisfied with that?
Yes.
Thank you, goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You now have my blessing to traverse in my most sacred space. Do not take it as innuendo, please. I've had enough of that today.
What?
We
Good.
will do no harm.
I don't get it.
It is good that I have no eyebrows.
Gibson finally has her blood back in her
Sounds
body.
She's looking at
properly.
Gibson like the Fae doesn't get this. Wow.
Yeah.
She just
That's-
slowly
sorry,
shakes her head and
Sorry, I kind of lose myself in a forge. It's why I'm married twice.
well,
Can't stay out of Smithies.
I will come see Spiri as soon as you inform them of. Do they? There's a moment of hesitance on their faces, and she just goes, "Does she begrudge?"
She approached us originally when we first met her with a deal that we would not hurt her and we would not hurt the mental and we would not interfere with their own attempts to save you.
Like mother, like daughter.
And they said that they could offer us their aid and protection if we collaborated.
I just had a bad thought. Does she?
She what?
It's out of character, but does she know about her grandchild?
Oh, she knows about the magic egg. She's the one that put it in the
Okay.
vault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
That
That's
was
right.
actually
Okay.
But did you say that out of character? Because I'll
I
respond in
said that out
character.
of character.
All right.
I said that out of character.
That was
Yeah.
that was
They were
her-
also helping us contact the magic about the egg in the vault. Because we had rescued the egg from the vault and we were trying to return it to its mother.
You know about that, of course, yes.
Yes. And our count.
You know, I wasn't imprisoning it. I was.
No, you were protecting it because you were keeping it safe because all the other ones. Harcount, the man, I'm sure you're aware what happened with the Moor the other night.
I'm very aware. Yes.
Do you understand who Harcount was to you?
I know that he had gotten a long distance.
He was
Has the blood of.
Yeah. He was descended from one of the physical's children.
direct.
Yeah. One that had been reborn into the world because I guess they were being reborn, is what we were told by Spiri.
They are so cemented as concepts that they return name, attitude, soul.
Yeah.
I would not allow them to be. She pauses as if.
We know about the consuming of souls. You don't have to. We know about. We know about the very many cycles that there have been.
And you're still helping.
We know it was a misunderstanding of what was happening.
We know that people do things, bad things sometimes to just survive. Maybe we can find a better way.
Oh, stop. Where is the hatred in your heart?
I don't know. You know how hard it is to not get to hate anybody all the time?
You should be burning with rage.
I should be pissed.
And all the time I've known her, I don't think she's a hateful bone in her body. She doesn't hate the man who burned our city, our hometown down. The man who wanted to cause war.
No. She does have hate. She hates Louis Fa.
No, I'm
No,
scared of
she's
Louis Soir.
afraid.
She did seem
that's out
to
of character.
initially
Cats are
hate.
evil.
Every
They
time
can't help that they're evil, but they're evil.
every time she has felt hate, things change.
Well, you and she actually seems furious. She's like, she turns her back on you all for a brief moment. You see her clenching her hands before she just turns back around and goes, she imparted so much of herself into all of you.
I saw her when I did things, and the message she sent me back with, the things she wanted me to do, was to tell you all that she loved you, and she was so sorry for what she...
Please don't.
And she forgives you for what you had to do. And I know you don't want to hear it, but it's the only thing she gave me to do. She said she wouldn't claim me. She said I wasn't. She just wanted me to look after Scrim and his people. She wanted me to look after Telday. That's all she wanted me to do. Is that, and to tell you this message. And I tried to do it. I tried to do it.
And it
I'm sorry.
came to realize she was right, you know. That this cycle was wrong. He said, your kind, all of you, not just hers, but all of them, every mortal creature and being, had the capability to be so much more than us, so much better. Had. Oh. She just closes her eyes. I don't need to tell you that my nature disagreed with those words.
Understandable, I feel.
Right.
I don't know if this helps, but I think she never thought for a moment anything you did wasn't out of the best. That you loved her and she loved you.
I've no doubt of
she
your
did
words.
Was selfish.
She actually looks surprised.
Gifted eyes start to glow green. It was selfish, and she could have found a better way to do it.
Yeah. She could have, couldn't she? Instead, she made us and you hurt and suffer.
Pick up the pieces.
Because suffering is what starts change, and that's what she was trying to make happen. And
I suppose it just proves her point. We're flawed.
It's aggravating as hell, isn't it?
We're all flawed in our own ways.
It's time for you to go. You have my blessing, and I cannot stand the sight of you any longer at this point, she says with a grim smile.
We'll get Speary. I'm assuming you will make sure Speary stays safe while they're outside.
I will have my eyes on my daughter, yes.
All right. Thank you, great Goddess Morgani.
If the mental is also there, would you like to see them?
Yes.
We will see if they're there and pass the message to them
I
also.
guess you want some breakfast bacon. I'm gonna take some bacon out of my bacon bag. Offer to Dingus.
Dingus.
All things open.
Dingus will take the piece of breakfast bacon,
Oh no.
and then he's going to
Oh,
climb
no.
down you.
Uh,
He scampers over to Morgani,
I have this
and just,
really
like,
good fastball.
stares up at her, sort of like muffled meep meep,
mm,
and she's just staring down at him, and she just slowly reaches down, takes the bacon from him, like with as little of her claw tips touching it as possible. And she just goes, "Thank you, Dingus."
Oh, damn, I was kind of hoping
Dingus
she should have beep.
excitedly bobs his head about, circling round before he scampers back over to you, Gifton.
oh, you must really like her. You gave her first taste of bacon in the morning.
Dingus bobs his head.
He doesn't even do that.
We should go. I'm gonna get jealous. I'm gonna start walking away for an exit.
This is very similar energy to what we were just experiencing in the forge.
It really is.
Yes. No.
As we're
She,
starting to
he
walk
is not
around,
phased.
she's gonna go, how long did you have that bacon in that bag?
A
I don't
day.
wanna
I
know.
made it yesterday. You want some bacon? It's got chocolate and rice stuck to it. She offers out to you.
Is there also potato in there?
Just for that moment of like,
I literally made this yesterday.
Get out.
Yes. Is there? I guess
The door's
she's
still open.
motioning towards
Yeah.
the door.
I'm walking out, eating my. I'm taking a bite out, offering to Dingus.
Dingus will nibble share.
Yeah.
Right. As you leave Morgani's domain, you see the cherub floating outside, just watching you all emerge from the portal. And beside the cherub, apparently just keeping them company, is Sadriel. Who gives you a sly look as you come out, Carrick.
Don't be sad, Driel. Be happy,
My
Driel.
brain took a moment to parse the word you said. Okay.
That's the Samari Angel, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. The second time the name, I'm like, oh, okay. Hello.
Hello there. I was hoping to take you aside for a moment.
I'm
The
gonna
book
look over.
lover boy. Hey, do you want some bacon?
Is that offered to me or her? by
I
the way?
ordered it to her.
Bacon. I suppose
Yeah.
we could have some bacon.
For my chocolate covered rice bacon.
She looks at that.
The words.
It's not so much scorn on her face as so much that look of, oh, sweetie. And she just holds her hands up and goes,
concern.
but I wouldn't deprive you. We can get our own.
All right. Have a nice meal.
I will.
Don't eat too much, Carrick.
No longer able to get bacon because Dadriel keeps showing up and taking all the farm animals beforehand.
I'm gonna offer
That's-
some to James.
That's why we use the wish spell to create our own bacon.
The rice is harder today.
This is horrifying, Gift, and I hope you realize this.
Is that an in character, out of character?
That's in character.
That's 100%.
Bacon's good for a couple days.
Rice is not good for a couple of days. Rice is very not good for a couple of days. Rice will
It's
kill
hard.
you after a couple of days.
Bacon's not good after a couple days.
So why would people eat it?
Because it's very good when it's freshly cooked or when it's stored properly. But bagged rice is not... No, please. If you weren't some sort of defined fey being, you would likely be dead by now. Or immensely ill.
It's not like when I eat the fudgy bread.
When eating the bad
So,
rice.
Dingus, your stomach terrifies me. I forgot to say.
He's been eating like a brownie for years.
How do you think that he became
I don't
Lord
even
of
know
the
inside.
Fae?
Who's been inside of King's stomach to know that?
Nobody wants to eat
Goodness
the bacon,
already
okay?
eats.
Nobody take her bacon.
Arjun's just going to hold up the piece she's still holding.
You just hear from the other side. The goddess of magic already did.
Yeah, so Carrick, Sadriel is offering her arm out to you.
I will take her arm.
Right,
I
she's...
don't have breakfast yet. I didn't even get prayer
Goodbye.
this morning. Bye, Ariel. I got prayer this morning. I got breakfast. I'm carrying two babies and I need food.
What you carrying for?
Not
Out of character?
that. Gift
Out of character, I'm
can I
carrying four.
please
Yeah.
get you a proper meal?
So-
but- yeah.
Going over to Carrick and Sadriel for a second. As you're sort of led away, she turns to you and just goes, so, would you care to join me? more private.
Absolutely. Let's.
Right.
Where would you like to go?
She moves her grasp to just like be holding both of your hands, and then there's a flapping of wings as you travel with her.
Followed shortly by a.
No, I
You-
haven't done it enough. I don't have that problem.
You emerge outside what looks like to be a shrine. One of unfamiliar design to you.
No fair, you're
To-
gonna get a holy experience.
To describe it in out of character terms, this is definitely a more Japanese style shrine. So different construction than you would be as essentially.
Out of character because I just was
yes.
thinking about this. Because I can't pronounce it ever. Where Raziel's from?
Yes,
Is that also Japanese? Or is that
Chinese.
Chinese.
that's Chinese?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is they're not
Different.
connected.
Yeah, it's
They're
different.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside appears to be a couple of statues of multi-tailed foxes. Also
Yeah.
sort of standing guard over this stairway that sort of winds up to them. You're not like high up in the mountains or anything. It seems to be atop of a small hill, although you do not see much in the way of any village or such around. These stairs just lead off to a dirt trail that goes off through some fields and into a forest.
Okay.
So it seems pretty remote. And
Cherry trees.
yes, there are totally some Sakura around. And she just sort of goes and sits on a stone wall and pets beside her.
Take a seat next to her.
Hmm.
I've never been to a place like this before.
This
It's
is
gorgeous here.
This is the shrine where she sort of motions to herself. My current host served.
Interesting.
I like it here. It's nice. And, well, I wish I could say I had pulled you aside just for pleasure. But I have information for you, and thought it might be a little less suspicious if somebody that had shown clear interest in you before approached you and took you away.
Well, hopefully it is not just for business.
Oh no. And Eric, she's doing the fingers beneath chin, guiding your face to hers. She's going to try and kiss you.
Eric's not going to stop her.
She will give you a long sensual kiss for breaking it and smiling at you and going, I know where the Imor Angel trying to kill you is.
And where is that?
Here.
What was that, Gibson?
Right
I
here.
said right here.
Yeah.
Behind you.
She has been traveling to a rather remote location on that sad, godless land.
Is it Is it a particularly special place to Amor, or?
Oh, no. It's of no importance to anyone, really. It's just high up in the mountains. There seems to be apparatus set up there. She was followed. She stepped into a strange chamber, and she vanished. And I don't mean she travelled like us, but she was just gone.
Was this the apparatus she stepped into?
What the apparatus she stepped into?
You said that there was an apparatus. I may have misheard.
Strange apparatus. She also said strange booth.
Okay, so this was separate.
Yeah.
from- okay.
Yes.
Interesting. We might need to.
So, the highest peak on... It's the sort of your land, isn't it? Where you come from.
Oh, is this?
By Godless Land, that only really describes one place, which is...
Oh, godless.
Yes.
My brain parsed that is more than wait. Is the highest peak the?
I have
Morgani?
Morgani on. Yeah.
Okay. I have been to that peak in
You guys have been there
my
recently.
time. Yes. Do I remember?
Just a quick thing. Is everyone hearing like brokey chatter?
No.
Is everyone coming in? Okay.
Coming in clear to me.
I'm not having that
my
issue.
My internet just reconnected, and I may have like pretty bad connection still. But okay, continue.
Did we see anything when we were up there?
Not that you're aware of, no.
Okay. Thank you for this information. I will have to pass that on to the rest of my group.
Must,
Though
but
I believe that can wait.
yes,
a
we
little
must
bit.
keep up appearances first. Alright, she is going to stand up, take you, and she's going to lead you into the shrine.
I will gladly follow behind.
Or she will, in fact, take you.
Yes, we will, in fact, fade to black on that scene.
Step AFK now.
Okay. Right. Back to the group. It's a little concerning because Tarek was just taken by an angel, and that hasn't been going great for you guys. The little cherub of Morgani's is sort of watching you all and says, "Are you finished with your business with my lady?"
No more. Fine, but do you want?
I do not understand your words.
Eating the bacon.
Your words are still unclear.
Gifton,
we are done at this time.
Don't talk.
Then please
Stop
enjoy
talking.
this most pleasant of nights. Right. The little cherub that was actually being really, really honest is gonna float through that portal, and it closes behind them. The cherub apparently going directly to Morgani's domain.
It's just Morgani's cherub. It is just the connotations of it.
I'm just gonna go walk
He's
into
just the goodest boy,
magical
but-
mansion. Walk into the magical mansion.
Okay. You walk in there, and you seems relatively empty. Are you going anywhere in particular?
I'm gonna go find where Valda was last.
Okay, you can go track further down that room.
Down the hallway.
Yep. She is in fact there with quite a few other Fumarians now. And they are like under full examination. They are inspecting the charred remains of this body. They are using all manner of magical apparatus and more traditional apparatus, microscopes of the sort of medieval kind. They are examining the remains really in depth. Fauda looks up as you sort of appear in the doorway, and she lifts her hand up and goes, "I'm going to have to ask that anybody that is of mortal kind doesn't enter this room."
That's fair.
And Corvus should really actually come here. He may be...
He's infected, yeah. Does Spirit run around?
Spirit, she was talking to Wilhelm last I saw. A few corridors over.
Alright, I'm gonna go for
here. I followed.
Alright, Corvus, we do need to examine you.
He needs to wash his hands more.
So yeah, we were at the gods, and I was informed of some things. So
you're familiar with the Noran Blight?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anything that anyone's saying.
Okay, do you want to try reconnecting?
Yeah, give me a minute.
In that case, Gifton, you were wandering straight off to Spiri?
Yeah, I'll run off to Spiri. I'll leave him alone.
Right. Who's going with Gifton and who's staying for Corvus?
I'll go with her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll stay with Corvus.
Okay.
Somebody should.
What about you, Cassie?
I will go with Gifton.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tildis is behind. The rest of you go with Gifton. Yep, you can actually go find Spiri, Wilhelm, Billiam, and Stenhouse, all in one room. Either
just the sexy people party.
drinking or miming drinking.
I would figure they would be playing poker.
No, they're done with that.
it's a sexy people party in this room, isn't it?
Gifton, you go to equip that, and then the sheer amount of smoke that you inhale. As this is the quite a few cigars have been lit in here. For some reason, there might be some extra, as Wilhelm again is enjoying pantomiming.
It's just an ashtray full of cigars that are just smoking off.
Very still.
I'm gonna salute.
Please, come in. We were just having some lovely chatter about. I don't know what we were talking about. What was that?
Does it mean Wilhelm being just a really weird fucking vape machine?
Essentially, yeah.
You're talking about anything interesting, I'm sure.
Yes, basically. So, what can we do for you? I have to say, quite fond of this whole night time is the time to be awake thing. It's rather peaceful.
It is really nice, isn't it? It's
Yes.
pretty great.
I've always been a bit of a night owl myself. Duties don't really allow for you to indulge too much in it, but I'm very fond of it. And these stars in the sky, I love modern lighting and all, but it does take away from it.
Right now. Yeah. Well, when you retire, you're going to be out on that lake.
Oh, yes.
You're going to have lovely nights sitting out on the to look at the stars and just relax.
Oh, I can't wait.
Not have to wake up early with.
Oh, I'm not going to miss it. I am not going to miss it. They always say that you'll miss it, but no, utter nonsense.
Nice little vacation for you and William right now.
Yeah.
I'm just here to steal Speary from you, my dear sweet girl.
Oh, marvelous. They're having fun, but this conversation is actually quite droll, as lovely as you boys are.
Is your sister here?
She is.
Did you want to both come see your mum real quick?
She's biding her time.
Okay, because your mum's keen to see you. She's worried that you're mad at her, but she loves you.
I'm not.
So,
sister, still a little bit. Yes.
She is giving us her blessing so that we can use magic in the black space.
Oh, marvelous!
By the moon, where the bad people have set up a thing and angered her.
Oh, yes, that would do it. You're going to our birthplace.
Oh, she says it was your egg.
It's a crude way to put it, even for her, but in a sense, yes, metaphorically.
She got mad when I asked about the cheese, but
oh, wonderful.
That's something you can both laugh at me for later.
What did she lie to you? She hates to admit that it's made of cheese.
Oh,
what?
God, no! Why am I not here? I could fix it.
I'm so confused. Everyone keeps telling me it's a rock.
But no, think about it. It is her most sacred place. If people found out it was made of cheese,
It has to be cheese, right?
they would go get it
somewhere.
I want cheese.
Or maybe you can take a bit when we're there.
The great Morgani's hoard is just cheese.
Or you just narrow your eyes at the spiritual?
Don't even ask.
So she wants to see me.
Yes, she would like to talk to you. If you.
Where am I going?
Just outside.
Oh, thank you very much.
Offer my arm.
Yeah, she'll come along and take your arm.
I'm going to escort the lovely lady away, and I will see the rest of you in a bit. Don't go outside; it's dangerous.
I'll get a glass ready for you, Graysteel.
All right.
Right. Yeah, you are.
Here, I'll drink any of you under the table.
Aren't you some weird magical adventurer that can probably handle this easily?
I can assure you nothing about it's magical.
I don't trust you, but let's drink anyway.
She will kill
it
you.
Isn't magical. She used to make harder stuff than you could find in Winden.
Used to.
Yeah, now it's stronger than she.
I want to make your old stuff even more valuable. Okay?
Now it'll kill a man.
That is what Archie is going to very calmly put her back down and pull out the barrel she's pulled out a couple other times, just plunk it down in the middle of the room.
Right, okay. Drinking can start. Gifton, you lead Spiri towards the entranceway. As she as she's walking with you, she just goes, "It's very sweet of you to be so helpful."
Is it?
I have to ask, do you have a distrustful bone in your body?
Yeah.
How big is it?
I hide it behind my ponytail.
Ah, of course.
Surprised.
Still, it is very refreshing to have someone that isn't double guessing. You know, it actually makes you want to be more honest.
Was it?
Yes, about certain things.
Oh.
Other things like, space cheese and so on, not so much.
Oh, I appreciate you telling me about the space cheese because everyone seems to keep trying to hide the secret from me about space cheese.
You should have garlic crackers.
What's a garlic cracker?
It's a
Where do I get this?
you know what a cracker
Kill
is,
us
yes?
all because of
I know
this.
what a cracker is, but how do
It's
they make it out of
infused with
garlic?
garlic.
Infused.
Yes.
How do you infuse with garlic?
Magic.
Ask Karen.
She pauses for a second and goes, "Don't actually know."
Oh, I like crackers when I get them. You want some? Oh wait, you're bony right now.
Mhm.
I'll offer you some of my bacon.
Yes, I will say this isn't the most fun body I've had.
No, I'm sure it's not. I would offer for you to cohabitate, but I've got a lot going on.
Yes, and I wouldn't want to disrupt any of this.
It's a lot.
In fact, you know what? I'm rather glad that we're kind of going away from the whole merger thing.
I'm kind of glad too, because I think that you get to be an individual and I have to worry about whether or not you're fighting other people's personalities.
Yes, and I do admit I may have had some aspirations that, in retrospect, this is all turning out far better.
Yes, it would be nicer.
Darn, we couldn't get TM.
I'll be honest, I expected there were probably some aspirations from people to do certain things, but I was willing to do whatever we could do to
No,
help.
don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I want to dominate everything, but it was in the sense of like, I'm sure my siblings will want to, so I should take control so they don't. And I imagine a couple of them might have been thinking the same thing, and you know how it all goes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks that they know better, and
Yes.
but you also
And only I know that I am, in fact, the one that is correct in the matter.
Yeah, and you know how reasonable you are, but you don't, you see the flaws in them. So
Yes.
yeah, I get it.
It is hard being a flawless being.
Well, it is. I mean, you wear it so well. Tell me how you do it sometime. I'd appreciate it. Be great.
Alas, perfection is hard to share.
I'll tell you what. In 2 years, I am going to start singing to you every night, and you're never going to get rid of me.
Please, I would love that. That is your way of showing faith, isn't it?
It is my way of showing faith, and I will be giving you that.
And I shall take that from you whenever you please. And I, of course, look over my followers.
I'm just waiting until, the babies are born, because I don't want to...
You will put in a good word for me,
I don't
won't
want
you?
to give it... Of course. They're going to love
Because
the
I will say,
theory.
this would be a real drag if after all of this help and assistance they decide to put us away again.
I really think that would be inappropriate. I think that would. So I hope we can find a way to make this better. Because, I mean, hopefully, when this is all done, your mom and the rest of them don't decide to, go smite the weird angel fae. Because I might blow up like a Nephilim. That would be awkward.
Well,
Awkward.
as one unwanted being to another, if that occurred, you would
Yes,
have
another
my help.
Imperiled individual. I understand where we're going.
I would not abandon you.
Yes. Nor I you. And we also need to get the magic Craig back. That still has to
Yes.
happen.
You'd
They have to help.
Take me there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
Hopefully I'll be reunited with myself before then. But if not, well, this will have to suffice.
We'll have to get you a better...
Oh, please.
Yeah. Maybe your mom can help with that.
Perhaps. Or I can just start preaching the faith a little bit in her lands. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little whisper here and there.
Let's not have the spiritual dragon start a cult.
You
Dragon. Lead her outside.
you both step
Also,
outside, and
Don't be telling your mom that you and I are really good friends. Your mom hates me.
oh, don't all mothers hate the friends their children find?
Actually, no. My mom thinks you're all kind of great.
How sweet.
Yeah, she's special.
I mean, Sphere's mom kind of likes me.
Little heads up for you.
Hmm?
You're aware that most of us have been put away, out of reach.
Mhm.
Very hard to do that with something that isn't there.
Yeah.
My non-existent brother has had influence over your world for a long, long time. I'm not unconvinced that...
Wait, there's 7 of you?
No, there's nothing there.
Oh. Non-existent. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I have to
Like
do
a
the.
million-
You are
proper- I have to
aware
do
of
the
its
proper-
strange quasi-quantum states, right?
It's very confusing.
Isn't it delightful?
Yeah, but I mean, nothing can't hurt you, right?
You think that you really would. You should talk to your mechanical friend about nihilism sometime. It's a delightful subject. I think you'd appreciate it.
Nihilism. Okay.
Yes. I'm sure he's well versed in it. He has to be.
Oh, that's a conversation.
But anyway, I'm going to wait around here for Mother. Thank you for the escort.
All right. Did you want me to wait? I don't want anything to happen to you.
And I don't want anything to happen to you either, so you probably shouldn't.
Ogani!
Yeah, she doesn't really work like that.
Oh.
Didn't
Doesn't.
clap, that's why.
She wouldn't listen to me even if she could hear me.
Oh, you are going to roll her up. I love it.
What?
Well, nothing. Have a lovely night.
Bye. I'm gonna go back up through the door inside. Then I'm gonna
Do you
come
wanna
back
peek?
out really quick. Yeah.
You're trying to catch.
And I'm trying to just low key watch over them.
You know what, Gibson?
Yeah.
Give me a stealth roll.
Oh, this is good. I'm good at
Have
this.
to be above 30. This is the gods.
All right, I'm not gonna use the things. All these are rerolls, so I'll wait. Come on. Open the character sheet. I had it open, and then when I went to the window, I closed it.
Yeah, I
That's
do
how
that all the
am.
time.
I hate myself for it. It's just I only hate myself for it because of the fact of the loading time of the character sheet for some reason. All right, stealth. Stealth. I'm never gonna beat it, but I'm gonna try.
See, the funny thing is, if I open Shax's sheet, it's because we're having a damn day. RG's sheet loads pretty quick.
Well, that's because RG's blessed.
I just got leveled that shit because he's not that useful on other stuff.
All right, I'm going to luck that
Mhm.
so I can get a. All right, and then I'm going to spend a card.
Mhm.
What's your will or woe?
I haven't rolled it yet today. Which one of these cards do I want to eat? Come on, go away. I'll do this one. I'll do the one that looks like care.
Okay.
That's survival. I don't want survival. Stealth.
Okay, going
Alright,
down.
Yep, so same with the 28, I guess.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll roll real quick.
Uh-huh.
If it, all right, I gotta roll d6 to see if it's evens, it's wheel. If it's odds, it's woe. It's evens. So this is a +3.
All right, so
31.
31. Okay. Gibson, you are graced with seeing Morgani appear.
Yeah.
Um,
And then my door slams.
the air just ripples slightly, sort of an arcane tear appearing as she just steps out as her humanoid self. And stepping before Spiri. They seem to stare at each other for a few moments before.
I'm closing the door.
Okay.
I'm not spying. I just want to make sure. Spiri
Yeah.
I'm making sure Spiri doesn't get hurt by initiative. That's all I'm doing. So
I
as soon as
don't think they could tell that it's them.
Alright, Gifton,
Yeah.
as you close the door, you are rewarded with seeing Morgani's look of shame before the door closes. Okay.
Oh, I don't really know if I like that.
Alright, Corvus,
Yes.
are we legible?
Yes.
Okay, marvelous.
Audible.
Shit, what was I saying to you?
About the infection.
Corvus,
Yes,
mortal
that's right.
people,
Founders,
yeah.
you're familiar with the Noran affliction, yes?
Vaguely, yes.
Yes, it infects tissue. It's not exactly. Oh no, you're. She's looking at you briefly, like trying to gauge. We know you're a doctor, but what kind of doctor are you? And she's like, how current are your studies?
Field medic, hack and cut and bandage, and mild cleanliness and
Okay.
administration of
I'm going to
alchemical
I'm going to
component
tell
take
you
out
a
bad.
reason why you do the cleaning and why it helps. That might shock you. There are tiny, tiny beasts that dwell upon us all. And sometimes the wrong beast can get inside of you. And it
Please,
is
someone tell
very,
this
very
to-
bad for you.
Okay.
This
I'm
is
sure Corvus in the past at least once has talked about bacteria.
he may
Yeah.
have, and then I told him off because it wasn't actually fitting with
And
current.
you told me not
Yes.
to exist. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
current. Yeah.
And she goes, now this is very similar to that. Only imagine the tiny, tiny beasts are warped amalgamations of the empty and real space.
Considering that I have tentative steps within the real space, I get a sense of small understanding of what you're saying.
But yes, this is why they do frequent burns of the border of the afflicted zone. Anyway, this
Of Moran,
infection.
they-
You know, they say it's just a
I was-
inhospitable place where if you go there, magical sickness and all that. It's
Yes.
actually a whole lot of nasty things that warp the flesh. This man seemed to be carrying that.
This Stephen was a carrier of this warping
Yes.
of flesh.
The only problem is, though, well, he was lucid, talking, sapient, sentient, right?
Right.
That doesn't happen.
And we
When
have
you're
one of
infected,
them-
you just lose your mind. You lose yourself. You warp into a beast within a matter of hours, and he didn't start until he died.
So what it gives the question of the validity of our friend, the one who's walking around and information about these people.
Well, if we can
Is there a way to test in what you're saying in
Yes,
regards to
because
his
we
nature?
are very clever. We can do a test. We can check them out.
I'm-
See if any of these other Stevens are infected, or if it's just him.
I'd
First,
be
let's get you checked out.
very adamant about continuing this. Okay. Okay. Sure.
We're going to take you to another room to do this. I'm just going to take some blood samples, see how it's interacting with your unique substance.
Mm-hmm.
And she will lead you out along with a couple of other the Fomirians. But yeah, they're going to do blood drawings on you, Corvus. If
Okay.
you are willing to let them.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, they will take some of your
I
black
only
ichor.
request a new pair of gloves.
She's just that's actually going to look to you and go, you either should be cleaning those magically or swapping your gloves quite frequently.
I do. I don't. They're at home in the other timeline.
Mm.
I have multiple pairs. This is the only one I had on me.
You know what? How about we put in a little order for you to get some gloves with built-in prestidigitation?
Sure.
I know you're not the biggest fan of magic, but as a doctor, I'm sure you can see the great use in that.
Yes.
I'll have some of my people work on that.
Do you live in about
Trying not
10,000
to.
years?
I'm trying not to be so focused on what I was. So I'm trying.
Good for you.
Doctor?
That's core to our philosophy.
You said quarter?
No, that's core to our philosophy.
Oh, core. Okay.
The next step is just dying.
It's just die.
She looks and goes, "Oh, you ever decide to enter Lichdom and change your name? You're already on the path." Actually, do you know how this alterations you've gone under affect your mortality?
My works and my father's works.
Oh, thank you, Kellen. She's handing your blood off to someone.
Conclusion? No.
Or would you
My
like
father
some
had
study
these
buddies?
study buddies?
Yes.
In what manner?
Exploring exactly what you've done to yourself. Whether it can be enhanced.
The skeleton wants the bone.
Yes. Definitely yes, because what I've done is not. I don't feel that it's always. I've tried something, but it doesn't lead to a final end to it. There's no accomplishment. I don't feel different. I know I am different, but there's no accomplishments. And I think I'm getting more into my personal mindsets of things, but sorry.
That's okay. Just means I'm going to take a little bit more blood.
Yeah, fine.
Right.
Welcome to Carrot's
They draw a couple of files from you. And then you get to basically sit around as like they're examining stuff. You're welcome to actually come take a look. In fact, Fowler will invite you to check out some of their really nice microscopes that they've got. And she'll even show you like the samples they took from Keller. Like you see, these are not native to the body. Thankfully inert now, thanks to the flame, but yes, nasty little beasties. These are blood cells. Do you know what a blood cell is? Yes, you're going to get a crash course in.
You mean blood is individual components? It's not just a fluid.
I know, right? Yeah. You get a crash course in very basic microbiology. Very basic microbiology.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're in grade 7 science.
Yeah.
Now you get to wonder, does Gibson have even tinier blood cells? Or does she just have less of them?
She just has one blood cell and it's given.
God, was having that thing of how big are her veins?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end of it,
Valda
Mhm.
Valda was in his tentative hesitation of what she was talking about. Once he gets involved in it, he becomes very centrically attached to the understanding and the learning and very absorption of everything that they're talking about. It sort of fell into his knowledge sink that he goes into.
Which Corvus,
And he,
examining your own odd blood, it's very hard to discern what's wrong because you don't really have much of a classification. Like this isn't red blood cells, that much you can tell, but like you've never seen the smaller nature of the liquid that flows through you, so you don't know which of this particle is unnatural or so on. But I'll just point out that we think these are the infection, and your altered biology seems to be very adept at fighting it. I'd say you'd fight it off within the day. Just don't share fluids with anybody.
because I'm still
Contagious.
bad. Right. Contagious. That's a word. Contagious. Okay.
In fact, you might be best seen hanging around those of us that don't have bodily fluids to transmit.
Right. That's good. If Gifton removed my gloves
Yes.
upon the injury that I sustained,
If she had any open
from
cuts on
this-
her hands, it could be a problem. Or if she then touched her mouth. She's not prone to touching her mouth, eating things, that sort of thing. Did she wash her hands afterwards?
She's been No, she's a fae.
She's been eating pocket bacon.
She eats pocket bacon on the regular that's covered in rice and chocolate.
I'm going to go see Gifton.
He probably has
Yes.
a better immune system than you do.
I love my pocket bacon.
Alright. She's going to leave you in the room of the study. So we'll continue showing and teaching you things if you want.
Yep.
And they're generally excited because this is to the Flamurians a new science, which is always fun for them.
New things.
And this is exciting Corvus as well.
Mhm.
This whole aspect of the new knowledge, new understanding to him, at least. I mean, not to the Flamurians, but
Which Gifton, you're heading back on in, where you will come across Fowler roaming the hallways, apparently looking for someone. And when she sets eyes on you, take that out of your mouth, please. And she's coming straight up to you, and she's like lifting up your hands and looking at them.
But
Did you wash your hands after you handled Corvus's gloves?
I wiped them off on my shirt.
A master of cleanliness. Right, we're going to give you a quick little blood test. You've had this before, right?
No, please no,
Yes, I'm afraid yes.
no.
Infectious malady must
No.
make sure that you're okay. Right, come along, and she's just like,
Dingus has been sharing my bacon.
right,
Is that a
we'll have to
problem?
do it with Dingus as well. Me.
No,
Me.
Morgani had some of our bacon
Morgani.
too.
what about Morgani?
I'm quite sure Morgani
Morgani
is
got it
fine.
before you touched it.
God damn it, I have to get a blood test too. I haven't even eaten it, but you know, Archie didn't wash your hands in between handling that and drinking or whatever else.
I get. Is it the bacon? Is it James right? Is the bacon bad? Because I gave some to Archie.
It's the stuff that you touched on Corvus's gloves that if you transferred into your mouth somehow could be
No, but
very
I wiped
bad.
it on. I wiped it on.
That
my
does
shirt.
not get rid of everything.
Oh,
I have to burn the shirt.
In fact,
I like the shirt.
she gives you a quick tap on your shoulder and does a press D on you, just to be sure for that.
No. Good go.
Alright, yeah. So in a short while, most of you do get called in. Telde, you're not bothered. But the rest of you are called in for blood tests.
I'm going to continue
I'm not there, and I
examining the
never
hammer
touched the
then.
bacon.
Yeah, very lucky in that regard. Gifton,
Hmm?
you appear to be fine. They're not sure whether it's your Divine or your Fey nature that's handling it, but there appears to be no sign of any infection.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cass,
okay?
Dingus also appears to be absolutely okay.
Okay.
Yep. You're lucky he is a Divine Dragon. Cassie?
I didn't touch anything.
Yep, you are A-okay. Unfortunately, I didn't touch anything does not stand as a defense. They still steal your blood.
Everyone steals my blood. I'm getting tired of it.
When
RG.
you've had as much blood stolen as I have, you can complain.
Are you sure you don't just need a cookie from all the blood that keeps getting stolen?
RG,
I would love a cookie.
Yeah.
for you, we're rolling a dice.
Oh no.
You have a 20% chance of infection thanks to the sharing of stuff. Do you want it to be 20 and below? Or do you want it to be, 80 plus?
80 plus.
Oh my god, I'm finally getting. Oh my god.
The other question I was going to ask would be monk purity of body thing. Have any
Yeah,
effect on it?
I'd say that gives you another 10%, but unfortunately,
It's still 100.
yeah.
It's also not a regular disease.
Yeah.
So that's that weird shit.
There is a moment of alarm from one of the people that's using the microscope. The founder hurries on over, seems to be examining it as you're sitting there, RG, and then you get to see like 3 skeletal faces turn to look at you. RG,
Yeah,
how are you feeling?
fine. Why?
I'm afraid you're rather infected, my dear.
Oh,
You're from bacon?
that's bad, right?
It's quite
She's
bad.
still eating the bacon.
James said the rice was bad.
Nothing to do with that. It's
Still shouldn't be eating that gift.
yes.
Still eating the
Oh.
bacon while they're talking.
I'll be frank. I don't know why you're not a raving monster right now. I'm not entirely sure what to do about it.
Huh.
I don't think it'll
Well,
affect it, but
disconcerting.
is RG
Where's
Heya
Steven?
and this Heya disease immunity affected too?
I've got that. too.
It would help, but once again,
Okay,
roll the
I
natural
wasn't sure
100.
because There was a divine one that might do something more, so I figured I'd mention it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we could say with all the things Hardy has that she has like a 1% chance to be infected. Unfortunately,
But you got the 100.
we literally landed on that.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, not entirely sure how to help you, or but frankly, most things about this.
You shouldn't breastfeed your kids if you got an infection.
No,
Yeah,
yes,
probably
definitely not. In fact, I avoid contact in general, so we find a solution to this. And
Do I just hang out here then?
it's at that there's a little knock on the door, and you see the other Stephen Keller leaning in, Lucifer behind him, and he goes, "I know who might be able to help."
Oh.
He sort of like points upwards with both fingers, does a little like moving his hands up and down, like hey, up there.
Oh, Oberon on his ladder.
We're on the ladder.
Where did the ladder come from?
So in my Timeline.
Changed it under the moon.
the Noran affliction's gone, so I don't know how that Stephen had it. But
Not for you, mine.
yeah, I'm sure that they've got information on how to deal with it, or maybe your traveller companion, or something of that sort.
Okay. Lucy, you okay?
I'm just fine, thank you.
I'm checking in.
I could try burning it out of you, but
I'm game.
okay. Someone want to have resurrection on standby?
What?
Just in case.
I
Okay.
do.
Which
Gonna
flavor?
mention
I don't have
Someone's
the
actually
material
here
components,
might be
though.
smart enough.
Excuse, no, we're not burning it out of her. Founder says this is working into you have to burn everything. Yes, you would. In fact, you'd be killing her. You would have to kill her to cure her.
Fine,
I know this sounds strange coming from me, but I don't think death is a preference for you.
I mean, kill and then resurrect, same thing, same deal, isn't it?
We're really not scared of anything anymore, are we? Consequences or...
I'm worried,
Out-
but
out
I
of
don't get to make a
character,
decision about. I don't know what.
Really flat expression. Just go. Every time I use the ability to burn off a little piece of my soul, I'm probably missing half it by now.
We might not get anything back.
Way less
Someone might
than
be
half.
smart enough to think that can she be resurrected with most of her soul gone?
Yeah, probably at least half it's still there.
I don't know. I have diamond. I have a diamond.
Okay, I suppose if this is the solution we're taking.
I mean, it's dangerous, but this is RG's life, and we don't know what'll happen if she stays like that.
The infection of her and her contagiousness, is it rampant or is it slowed? What's going on with it? Is it something that we can wait on and find a less invasive
Be frank,
solution?
I don't know. Again, within an hour, most infected people would have turned, and it has been more than that.
I can't interact with anyone who's not currently in this room, including my family, any other people we meet, anyone we need to help.
Essentially.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to go with us.
So,
right?
we could put you in a box and let you be wheeled along. Maybe Otto would loan you his sarcophagus.
Assuming even that stops it.
Because either she stays here while you talk to your traveling machine, or maybe contact someone friendly in the Sphinx Initiative, but...
Wait. I'm gonna take out Corvus's radio because I took it from him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Honey! Answer! He's in Traveler.
Yeah.
Honey!
Yeah, you hear some fumbling and then get... Hello?
Okay. I need you to hold this up for Traveler to hear, and then you're gonna have to relay what Traveler tells us, okay? Alright, Valda, tell Traveler the smart things.
Wow.
Listen, I'm playing to my strengths.
Traveler, can you hear us?
Given the nature of the stone,
he says yes. He says he can't really respond without talking to me because it's a psychic connection, and
yes, we understand that. That's why I was saying you're gonna have to respond for him, Care. All right, so Care.
Wouldn't it be easier just to bring Traveler back?
I think if we move Traveler around, it's gonna draw the attention of the Sphinx Initiative. Traveler,
we know where we are.
Right.
One of the bodies of the Stevens reanimated itself, having regenerated some of its organs, and bit Corvus and infected him with.
It sounds like a zombie.
Like the Noran crystals, but as a virus. And it's something like the Noran infection that takes people over very quickly and turns them into monsters. I didn't wash my hands after handling Corvus when he got bit.
Traveler says you really should wash your hands frequently.
Corvus has informed
really
me.
Frequent? How often?
How often did he say?
He says like after you handle anything.
That can't be right.
No, that sounds wrong.
No, that sounds wrong. All right, so
that sounds right. Someone agrees.
I shared some of my satchel bacon with some various people in the party.
He wants to know what satchel bacon is.
All right, tell him it's bacon that I got made yesterday. It's got a little bit of chocolate frosting on it and some rice from yesterday on it. But I've got like a couple more pieces left.
He says it's really bad for you.
I don't need use your judgment right now. Listen, okay. So anyway, RG took a piece because RG also thought it was good, and RG is now infected with the thing that Corvus got bit by, but Corvus is resistant to it and overcoming it. But RG is like infected. Do you know of anything like this and how to treat it?
Okay, so he says that the Noran infection was eradicated in some timelines. In others, it. Ooh, really? Okay, in some others, this is like real end of the world stuff. This sounds like one particular timeline where it doesn't make any sense. Okay, yeah, sure. Sorry, yes, word for word. Okay. There is a timeline where the Noran infection was weaponized and modified to be on a time delay release triggered only by death.
Oh,
The
okay.
capsule of the tooth.
Well, that's horrifying.
Okay, neat. Okay,
The tooth that he smashed in his head probably did that then.
the people who get bitten by the thing that did that, does it consider to be time delay, or does it act faster?
She will be infected fully within the span of 24 hours.
Okay, if we kill her and then use true resurrection and we bypass this end.
As long as the body is immolated entirely.
All right, is there any other cure?
Yes.
What?
It says it's not within the capabilities of our society.
Thank you. Love you, honey.
Is that to me or Traveler says that they have affection for you as well? I love you too.
I love Traveler. I love you. I love Razem. I'm deeply inspired by the great god of Smiths, and I have gifts for you from Talon. See you later.
Wow.
He made you both a hammer and tongs.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
That's that's the Smith god, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the gods of all the other races like us. Cool.
Yeah. What? I mean, we didn't have one. So,
We're
yeah.
lucky and blessed. Okay, thank you, honey.
So, love you, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Love lots.
Okay, hanging out. Matane. I look over RG. So, do you want to do this?
Yep.
Total immolation. Lucy, you down?
Lucy sort of rubs her hands together. I have some pent-up rage generating in me right now, so I'm down.
Valda, do you have a room that we can do this in?
Yes, I also have something to put her to sleep first, if you would like that, Argy.
If you don't want to burn to death.
Do drugs still work on you, Archie?
That's an excellent question.
Oh, right.
Probably not.
Starts. Oh, it burns. It burns.
Just
The
use
drugs, they don't work.
out of character. So there, big hammer, anesthesia.
Yeah, maybe we actually just knock you out in...
Knock her out?
I could cast a spell on her that'll make her like she's dead, so maybe she won't be aware.
Let's do this in a room with perhaps just you and Lucifer and Argy, so that if she does go odd...
Oh, I appreciate being the one in the room with her.
So you apparently can't be infected. I'll be there as well, although I'm concerned about...
Telday could be there, is what I'm saying. Alright, I can put
Telday, do you want to be there?
I suppose I could be there to assist.
You know what, I'll just put up a border force. How about that?
Best part is the only party member with the disintegrate spell is not there.
Yeah, you're having a good old time.
I can't really be around any of you, so yeah.
Wow.
Oh yes,
Finally,
he is
says it.
technically somewhat still infected, so we're just going to keep him here with us for now while his body fights it off.
Corvus waves from the
Just
corner of the
disintegrate
room.
him too.
We could try blood transfusion.
From whom?
Corvus to Archie.
And
Will that work?
You want to try it?
we'll work within 24 hours, do you think?
Science.
I think it would also have to be a literal
a
full blood
lot of
replacement.
blood.
So
That'd be the problem, yeah.
yes.
I don't know if you. I don't think.
I mean,
I don't think Fergus has
I
that
can
much
go
blood.
collect a bunch of gentlemen. Maybe that.
A little tricky in this era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, near for it.
I do want to just kill
Okay,
some gentlemen. But
let's find a
I don't think
room.
Lady Gentle has a few vats on tap with her.
probably not enough.
Yeah.
This is where we find out she has like 5 bags
Uh,
holding just full of gentleman blood.
She has a giant vault of just blood tanks.
All right, we're going into a room.
Right, yeah, they're going to try and find. Basically, they will find a room that seems to be stonework and just take stuff out of it, just in case.
It was just a waiting room. That was just really unadorned.
Roger will also give a hand moving stuff out. Actually, no.
Actually, they don't want you touching
No,
anything.
they don't want you touching anything.
Roger will move and then be like, "Oh right," and then
Yeah.
kind of sit back down.
They put the thing you touched in the room with you to burn.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cheat to cast this because I don't have it prepared. But it's on one of my lists, so Morgani, forgive me. Yeah, I'm gonna walk over, cast Wish really quick, and I'm gonna cast Feign Death on RG.
Okay.
Go to
Oh, that
see.
I could have
death.
done that.
Did you have it prepared?
Yes.
Do
Do you not want to burn a wish spell?
Let him use his. Don't use your wish to disintegrate.
Okay. Alright.
That's the closest I can get
And
you
I'm
to
already
hopefully not knowing
infected,
about it.
So, yeah.
That's the closest I can get to maybe putting you out, so maybe you won't feel this. I don't know what else to do.
Oh, you know, we're all immune to the. We all remove resist, so that'll be fine. So just like, oh great, make it harder to kill Archie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the angel doing the burning, anyways.
All right, and then I'm gonna back up. As soon
And
as
that's
our
count as sleep, correct?
Alright, I need to roll a check for Fowler.
you have to willingly let yourself go under.
The
Okay.
reason that I was asking is that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
it does not
it's not sleep.
That's what I was
Yeah.
making sure.
No, I'm putting you down.
First of all, though, once is Corvus or Gibson casting it?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Well, actually, did you have it prepared? Because I won't cast Wish.
Yes, I had it prepared.
Oh, then I won't cast Wish. You do it then, because I have to burn a high level spell.
Okay.
Okay, Corvus casts a spell. I was about to say, unfortunately. Luckily, Fowler knows that while RG will be incapacitated and blind and so on, she's going to be aware. And we'll let us go, oh, this is not... She's still conscious.
Oh.
That's...
Whoops. I don't know what else to do then.
Right, let's, keep throwing sleep spells at her?
It won't work.
Archie's just going to very calmly sit down in the middle of the room, cross her legs, like meditative pose. So just do it.
You can't do that unless Corvus dismisses it. Are you going to dismiss it from her?
Oh yeah, then. If they said it doesn't work,
If she's just going to wake up for it, then yeah. Corvus.
But no,
dismisses by
she won't actually wake up. She just
Isn't asleep.
you dismiss it. Which yeah, you are now able to move as such again, RG.
Mm-hmm. So either we beat you unconscious, which you get that, or you get to be immolated alive.
Then we get
I
her
have
blood everywhere.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to punch myself?
Yeah, of course you're able to punch yourself.
Okay, cool. I'm punching myself using this and willingly failing to save. I'm at 0 and unconscious.
I mean, ultimate
Problem
sacrifice, right?
And all they see is Archie just get up, Ludifer's just like slam it in her head and just fall back over.
Okay, yeah, you get to see the really odd sight of like I meant you just like uppercut yourself. Yeah, that works.
Just like hand to the side of the head and then just fall back over. And yeah, definitively
You
unconscious.
slam your temple.
There's a moment of silence in the room before the sound of bony hands clapping together goes. Well then.
You were really lucky the DM didn't want to make you do a contested roll against yourself.
I like this so much that I'm not going to. So, Falda's going to sort of step over into corner.
Be away.
Yep. Right. Wall of Force, everybody. Yes. All right. That will be cast up to protect everybody. Lucy is left on the other side with Argy. Lucy goes, "Don't hold this against me, everybody." And as they did with Stephen Keller's body, there is a sudden roaring rush of divine flame that overtakes Argy. And that's where we're going to...
Make sure I impose myself in between Valda and the roaring flame.
The divine flame, yeah.
The divine flame, I worry about Valda.
Right, and that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Wow. So
Burning of a monk.
Argy. Wow.
Oh no.
Not where I
What is this in protest of?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you protesting, Archie?
Right. Not okay, guys. You can't act like that.
Right. You know what? Just because you guys killed Argy, everyone gets 5,000 experience points this session.
Does Morgani like this, or
everybody can have their usual point of piety. Everybody gets a bonus to learn piety. You don't all get a Morgani piety, unfortunately.
You still don't like us, but she likes us a little bit better.
Actually, I think we may have asked this, but I can't remember. Can we spend points in Morgani yet?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Kind of looking more just to even out the negative 4 soon.
I'm staying.
Just want to get rid of that negative.
I'm continuing to stay in her hole, but I might go for Talon.
Wait,
I saw the light.
And we will do this same time next week.